Oh, toilet, how I will miss you. We've been friends for a long time. But fortunately, we'll have to move on. Leave this all behind. Yeah. Right. Flesh. Ooh. Ooh, I put a gun in there. Actually, let me make sure I have some. There we are. Hello, JC. Hello, Krishna. Wash hands. E. No, okay, no P. So we are, of course, on the Vedite community 7 days to night server. Hello, Quagmire. Welcome. So this is my base. I will probably make a video walkthrough of what I have here before I switch over to Alpha 19 either way. I am quite proud and happy with how it turned out. I never 100% finished it. There's so much to do. There's just so much to do. I mean, you never seem to really finish things. A little bit of extra paint would have been nice. I did get my trees around here. Thanks for following, Quagmire. I'm doing really well. I did start with a sort of a spawn block area as well, so that when I was sort of in this side, it wouldn't just be spawning all over. It would spawn basically in front on this side. I did decorate, of course, my my bedroom. Really important. Very, very, very important. Oh, what the... Hold on. Moment. That is her. Okay. I did, of course, decorate my my main bedroom, which is really important. And I'm using actually my own modelet, which is importing a lot of the decorative stuff, as you can see, from the wood burning stove, the the luggage. You have the stationary bag, and I have the treadmill out here though. I was gonna put it down here, and I just never got down to it. I did want to put the actual. Let's do that. I did want to put. This. It's not what I want. I wanted to put. Not the technology either. Oh, this one. Right. Oh, and this one as well. Let's take all of it. I wanted to do some of this. I just didn't quite get to it. So this one was. This is shape menu. Okay, it's it's something in that. Let's do something else. That's good. Let's see here. No, this, yes, of course. Right. What else? Brick? We wouldn't use any brick here, though, really. Yeah, some backs laying around as well, and use it up as well, because I'm not gonna really need it. Oh, this one might be good. Oh, a bit weird there. Right, ugly bedroll. It's true. Yeah, I thought about it. I just never got around to it, like a lot of things. I wish you could pick up the old beds. I just never got around to actually fixing that, unfortunately. So let's see here. Nothing of this one that I wanted. Oh yes, this is where the fun stuff is, right? So I wanted to have, of course, pool table. There. I mean, we have to have a pool table done. What else did we want to have? Water cooler, maybe some weights. Good for some weight training. Here. Yeah, that's all right. So these are obviously part of, well, there's a lot of people watching. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. We're on Alpha 18, obviously, so far. And I'll go into the Alpha 19 stream team stuff in just a little bit. So, if you look around the POIs in 7 Days to Die, you will notice that a lot of these assets are actually in the game. You just can't craft them. So I made a modlet that I stuck on Nexus mods that allows you to craft these ones. Let me see, expanded. So there's a lot of this expanded stuff that you can actually do for kitchen furniture and what have you, so that you can actually place things down. And because to me it was like, I like to decorate and I like to have all these things that I don't want to just crate them in. So I made actually a mod to basically using the shape menu, it imports it. Let's see. Put that back. You know why I care, why I make it nice, because it won't matter. So I put in a lot of these things because I wanted it to look really nice. And I have, and Satis, one of the community members, he added, these ones. He added a bunch of lights as well. And these are vanilla assets, just that they've been reimagined to have actual lights on them as well. So you can, for instance, have, let's do, put this here, and let me see, wire tool. If I was a wire tool, I would be here. I would here. Here, here, maybe over here. I'd be over here. Okay, right. That's what I knew was going to be there. So you see, let's see, can I turn this off? Right, but let's steal the power from here. And you see, it works. And I do have a wireless box here. Let's do it as well, which is one of my other mods as well. So it actually works like a real lamp, the way it should be. And so Satis did a good job of importing that. And actually, these are all vanilla assets, so they are in the game. It doesn't require anything else. You just include. Hey, Athanar is in the game as well. Just got him whitelisted, one of our long-term members. So playing Ark. If you've seen us playing Ark, then let's see. You have this one closed. Oh yeah, that's. Yes, like that. And then we take the light, power rather, and it doesn't blink off. It doesn't blink. I think the regular one does blink if you're in creative when you're doing the POI. So you can actually set the. So okay, so 7 Days to Die have the capability. Oh, 11. Okay, this one I'm recharging my batteries upstairs. Hello, buddy. So 7 Days to Die has a lot of these things in there already. For instance, 7 Days to Die, when you're making POIs in the prefab editor, you can actually set the lights. You can set, I think, even color. You can set it where they're blinking and stuff like that, but they don't expose that to the players. And even these ones, obviously, they don't expose to the players either, which is so annoying. It's like there's no reason not to, but that's how they do it. But if you want to have something like this out here, I could do that, and I could put far enough, I think it would be. Just checking. I missed it. There's no power until another few minutes. Right. So a lot of these things, again, like I said, it's in the game, it's just not accessible. So the mod does help with that, and it allows you to make just a little bit nicer stuff in your base as well. And if they haven't updated that into Alpha 19, then I definitely. Oh, see, now the lights come on again. Then I definitely will make sure that this mod works as well. Okay. on off. Okay. Just like a nice yellow color as well. Really nice. I mean, it's like awesome. Right, this is white and this is yellow. So you have the color setting as well. I wish they would expose a lot of this in vanilla as well, but it's annoying that they don't. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. What else do I have? Have this one. If you have seen your let's see, if you have seen your a lot of the PIs, they will have like these computer systems and stuff like that. And I thought, hey, who doesn't want to have that in their base? I mean, obviously want to something like this, right? To control your stuff. Unfortunately, it's not functional, but at least you can use it to decorate. What else? Oh, let's party up with Mr. Atana. What else do I have that I can show? Toilets. Yeah, nothing interesting. So this is my base. And let me, by the way, let me know how the sounds are. Game sounds, music sounds, my voice sound. Can't do much about my Elmo Fudd voice, but at least if the volume is off, let me know as well. Really be helpful. Especially let me know if everything is looking good on the stream. So this is my base where I have my usual way in that hopefully works, which is good. All around I have a moat which is using the slippery slopes, and the reason I do that is because it's not strictly necessary, but it looks good. These ones generally is enough because it makes the zombies go around and try to go there anyway, because going through the steel plus going through these ones is too much of an effort. But I like to have a moat because it looks really awesome, and I filled this out with water as well, which looks even more awesomer. I wish I could paint this some grass color, but there is no grass color or texture anymore in the game. There is like the dead grass, the yellow one, but that one sort of sucks, unfortunately. So I never got around to deciding how I wanted to paint it. This is meant to spawn block. If you've seen my videos, spawns will happen for Blood Moon Hordes between, I think, 35 to 50 or 32 to 50 blocks. If I'm standing, and I'll show you in a bit, this whole area is basically covering the spawnable spaces, so they will spawn out here, somewhere out here, or they will spawn out in front, which is exactly what I wanted, because I wanted them to spawn as fast as possible and as much as possible so that I would have, well, less issues. I put in these ones just to block off when I'm not around. And this is sort of my horde base entry. Let's see if I can go in without. Yep. It's the usual slippery slope, falling down into a kill pit. Let me see if I can go down and just go down one. Fuel. That's right. And I have a bunch of these ones. It's not quite finished there either. Unfortunately, it's mostly finished, functional finished. I put a lot of dart traps on the side, so anything that falls down here will get skewered and will get killed really effectively. A horde I might use up, and I got pretty high game stage, so I might use up, 4,000 darts or something, which is fairly easy to make. Most of the time when I'm fighting here is when I'm bored, and what I will do, I will stand here, and I'll basically just shoot him with my magnum, because that one does massive damage. I think this one has 130 damage, a headshot bonus, which is at 250%, I believe. So it's like we're talking about 400 damage or something. So it kills a lot of them in one shot. And if nothing else, 2 shots. It was really effective. Some of the campfires, just if I wanted to have a scream horde coming in. Down here, I have my garden, which is working very well. I was going to make a pool here, actually. I was thinking about putting in a pool here. I just never quite got to it. Just one of those things. Yeah, and all this is obviously it's built in built in survival. I started with this one. This gladly. I started by basically I think this 3x3 pillar or something inside, and I dug down and I did all my stuff underneath just to get all my resources, and then I basically expanded. Built this up this area, expanded to this one, expanded to this one, expanded upwards. into this floor, and then made another 2 floors, and yeah, that's basically how it turned out. Then I added on the walls, then I added on the horde base, and then I added on the moat and everything. So it's been a very sort of successive. You hear any baby screaming, it's my 2-year-old daughter, who apparently is not happy about something. She should be sleeping, which obviously, if you know kids, well, no, she's not sleeping, and she's screaming, very upset. So yeah, so this is my horde base, and it's been working really well for me. I've enjoyed it. I will definitely miss this whole thing, but you know, that's how life goes. So, let's see. Did Atanar accept? He didn't accept. Set my invite. So, no other people are around, which is fortunate. So a lot of other people have been building things on the server, and I will be spending some videos over the next couple of weeks to sort of do some walkthroughs. Either if they're online, I will do that. If they're not online, I'll just break in and look around anyway. Here's Oceanus with his his second. Let's see here. This one. Let's refuel. Oceanus. Refuel again. A refuel. What? This with it. No, it has 100% gas. Oh, it's not. It's broken. Okay, let's repair it then. That's what it is. Okay. You have 3 children. Wow. I know how that is. My kids are 2 and 6, so you know, it's usually now the 2-year-old that is very upset. So this is Oceanus' base. His second iteration, he actually had the same spot. He had the base, and he ended up tearing it down and rebuilt it much more massive. So it's really nice and big. We have, and let's see, let me fly over here. We have a face mask. Let's make them scream as well. We have another player. There's an S there, so I'm not really sure who this was. Who made this one sort of as a horde base kind of thing. Then, while I wasn't playing this for a while, then a group of people were building out a town that I showed in a previous stream like 2 weeks ago. They did a massive thing. So, and I think this is, maybe this was Landstrider, possibly. Really nice and big and complicated, and works as both as a safe base and home base and a Blood Moon home base. And you saw this actual tunnel in. They've actually tunneled through this whole thing in order to 46. Oh, you are actually exactly my age. The best age ever. So. Let's see over here. They've tunneled through, as you can see, all the way here. And then they tunneled even more over here. They made a... I wonder if this was new? It's new? Maybe this one was from last time. And then comes out here. What they were trying to do, or what they were doing, was to for the win. Yes, 74. They were trying to connect up here, I think, because they were going back and forth and everything, up to where they have some more bases. And let's see here, we have some stuff there. Have a wall. They were remodeling this whole town. Which is really awesome. Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to land here. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. You see they're even making the roads. And you made a house with a moat around it. You had another building here, which I don't know whose it is. You had this one that if you saw my previous video, you saw I jumped all the way down here listening to Mr. Murph, and I died. Yep, I died. I got killed. And there's more stuff here. Or I think this was someone else's. But you see, they've done a lot of work. Oh, and there is Murph's horde base, beginning of a horde base, I believe. I think he's... Oh yeah, no, he's definitely been working on this one. Oh yeah, no, this is... Oh, he's been working on this one. This didn't look like last time. Actually, I have a video I haven't published yet of us fighting. Okay, this looks really different. Which is before he actually did all the stuff on top of it. Nice. Almost gonna make me psychedelic. Hey, Ashen Sugar! Yes, magician. Yes, I mean, they've been spending so much time here and made awesome things. And you see it, they've said, I'm gonna have my own roads here. Okay, Athena died. Own streets and everything, really make it look nice. I wish you could put asphalt to make it look like asphalt, because you can't. And this is his, of course, Magician by Raymond A. Feist is actually one of my all-time favorite authors, and I had the pleasure of listening to him speak and meet him, and actually took a picture with him when he was in Singapore a few years back. Yes, they are kind of brutal. Nightmare. So, for the stream, I set up the settings a little bit to sprint and nightmare. Sprint and nightmare on the Horde Night, but sprint on daytime. So yeah, Raymond Feist and Magician series, definitely I loved it. I think it was just an awesome series that I started reading when I was in my teens, and I'm glad I got to see the end of it and meet up with Mr. Raymond Reddington. No, Mr. Feist. I don't know exactly how he pronounces it. So it was, it's just one of those things. It was really good. He came to Singapore during one of the art book whatever conferences, whatever, and it was really nice. So yeah, here's more bases. We do have let me see. Feisty. Athena is okay. What? He didn't party? Oh, he's down here. Why doesn't it show? So weird. Maybe cancel it. Okay, he's down here somewhere. Oh, okay, he's to the south. Okay. So I am going to, let me go and pick him up actually. Not that I actually can pick him up, because I wish this was a two-seater. I wish this was a two-seater. Hey, Veldian! How are you doing? I'm doing really well. What the heck is this? Someone has made another cotton bud? Or maybe it's just a tree farm. I had a nice friend. Okay, it's just a tree farm. I had nice friends, and I think it was Cap actually, who put trees all around my building and covered it up. Now I'm stuttering. That's okay. Let's head this way. In all trees. Fortunately, I took them all down. But yeah, I like trees. I'm doing very well, Veldian. And how are you doing today? Oh, Empyrean. I bought Empyrean years back, and I actually did some videos of it on YouTube, a co-op. which was really fun, but just I haven't gotten back to it. I've wanted to go back to it for a while, just haven't quite gotten it that far. And it's just been one of my ambition. A12 is going to be out soon. Yeah, I mean, one of the... Hey, Don Inferno! Welcome from Brazil. Do remember you. Everything is good here in Singapore. How things are in Brazil? So I've sort of wanted to go get back into it, but then they released a new version. I go like, okay, let me wait until that one is stable, and then I get sucked into something else, and I was sucked into Ark. I've been playing a lot of Ark in the last few months, not taking a full break, but just doing something else on streams and everything. I was still always do my 7 days to die video. So let's talk a little bit about Alpha 19 here as I go over to. And this was Ruin Space, Ruin and his friend. They made a really nice deep. What happened? I haven't seen this iteration of. They must have upgraded or given it away. Yeah, politicians always make things worse. Unfortunately, it seems. There we have the screen. Another thing I did on this map. So this is a random world, random generated map. Let's see. Oh, he's going over here. So this is a random generated map. Back in when experimental Alpha 18 came out, and because they didn't really change the map generation, we stuck to it until now. So it's basically a first day experimental kind of thing until now. So it's been doing, it's been holding out very well. However, if you know the random worlds in 7 Days to Die, they don't have a lot of these POIs. So I had to manually put in a bunch of them, like the Dishong Tao, the Higachi, and Cracky Book and everything. I actually put them in manually, and this is probably going to cause Atanai a lot of problems. Actually, it's going to cause him tons of problems. Maybe we should go away. The fact that I'm close by is going to cause spawns to be very high game stage, which is going to kill him. Let's pretend we didn't go here, actually. Let's go over to the west. There's some bases out there, at least. Out here. Yeah, let's just keep going here. So, Alpha 19. I am a part of the stream team. If you've been following my YouTube channel, you'll know, obviously, about there. Ooh, did I set the settings wrongly? Did I set the settings wrongly? Alright, so let me go and check that. I could have messed up the settings. Ooh. I could have messed up the settings. The setting is supposed to be no, that you don't drop anything on death. It's not supposed to be losing everything. Let me go and check that, actually, because that's not what it's intended to be. Let me see if I can go somewhere safe. Oh no, that's not what it was intended to be. That's unfortunate. It was intended to be basically, and let me get up here on. Yes, exactly. And if it isn't, then I definitely made a setting wrongly, and then I'm going to have to change that. Just want to get to somewhere safe. I can check that out. That's what. It is possible I messed up the settings. It has happened in the past. But yeah, I normally, if I do something with a lot of stuff, then I try to set it for that. Hold on. Okay. Give me a moment, people. Let me just turn on my browser and go check the server. It's possible that I set it to delete everything, but I don't think so. One of the annoyances with how they've done the configs is that the configs have changed across the versions. So on one version, it's basically delete everything, and another version is keep everything. And it's very possible that I misread that and I chose the wrong one. Let me see. Drop. Oh, delete all. Oh, that's okay. That's not what I wanted. It's supposed to be. Why is it delete nothing? On Alpha 17, the setting is basically delete everything. On Alpha 18 is do nothing, and it's basically totally opposite. Let me do this. Everything, nothing. Right. Let me save. So what I'm gonna do, hold on, people. Let's do shutdown. Sorry, Atanar, that was not intended. That was a misconfiguration. Let me just double check it. Oh, nothing. Yep. I switched it, unfortunately. So you used to settings previously, but I changed that around. I don't know really why they would do that, but you know, it is what it is. So since I usually die, I don't have kill everything. I usually do no backpack, but you keep everything. So let me do a shutdown, and that should bring it up as well. Hold on. Trigger restart as well. Let's see what happens. Let me get back up. It'll take a couple minutes. So let's talk a little bit about Alpha 19 then. So I'll be on the stream team. So the tentative date that they actually mentioned yesterday on their streaming as well for Alpha 19 stream team access is on the 26th of June, which means in 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks. If everything goes well and there are no critical issues, then they will release it into the experimental branch for all the players on the 29th, the Monday the 29th of June. Which means that we are effectively 2 weeks away from accessing 7 Days to Die Alpha 19, and that's really, really awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Now these dates could of course change. You never know. Let me check the log here, see it coming up. So we'll see if everything goes as intended, so that they are releasing it on the 26th. Here. It. Right. Alright, that was fast. Sorry, Atanar, that was not intended. It was drop nothing, and thus no backpack either. Wrong settings. So in 2 weeks, if everything is going correct, I will be streaming on the 27th of June and possibly also on the 28th of June. If there's interest, if there's enough people watching, then I definitely will be streaming on the 28th Sunday as well. I also need a little bit of time to make some videos for people who don't watch streams, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. And then of course everyone will be getting access on the Monday of the 29th, if cross our fingers, and we'll all be back to complaining about a lot of things and being really happy about a lot of things. So it'll be a mixed bag as always, and hopefully there are no big critical bugs in the game. So let's see, in here, in you, yay. Did it put me correct? All right. Right. So let's not go that way. Let's turn a little bit. A little bit of a longer runway, and yes. So actually, yeah, if you have any questions for Alpha 19, like, obviously ask away in the chat. I'll give my view of it. So, Ash and Sugar, are you talking about next version as an Alpha 19 or Alpha 20? So, Alpha 19 seems to have a fair bit of new content in regards to... They've added a lot of decorative assets, such as, you know, new clothes ranks, you know, higher definition zombies and tools, and there's going to be some weapons and everything. A horde base? What's that? Okay, let's not. Ooh. Look at that landing. Look at that. Don't get better than that. As far as how much new content they put in, I wish they would put in more. I always think that it's nice to see graphic updates. I mean, that's always nice. But I always worry about if they don't put in enough content, then people go like, yeah, it's cool, it's better than previous version, but there's not enough to really make me feel that it's sort of a super upgrade from what we already have or had. And that's always a challenge that might occur. And I worry a little bit that that could happen. You know, it's one of those things we won't see until we see. And okay, there's someone's base. Believe, no, it's not. It is. Maybe they took over the... Nope. I don't think. Someone made a base around here somewhere. Around a little. Not that one. So anyway, so I do wish that they put in more content. More content. Oh, okay. Someone did make a base here. Right. I don't know how I could miss this. Right. Okay. So this is... I wonder if this is Hitman's... Oh, help. Help. Wow, this is a massive base. This is... Wow. Look at this big base. Oh, that's nice. Really nice. A deep moat and everything is very close by to the trader, which helpful. I guess it's his tree farm. So yeah, I mean it's they have teased a little bit of duck sauce. Oh, it's duck sauce. Hey, Murph, murderer. Sauce. No, no, no. Oh no, let's not go down the stairs with. Right. Yeah. Okay. Slowly. I mean, I'm just trying to help him out, right? So thanks for Murph. I actually didn't know that was duck sauces. No names. I put a name on mine so people know. The H, is that the helipad? I think I need a bigger helipad. This whole thing is a very good helipad for me. So as far as whether there is enough content or not, you know, time will tell. I do always, I worry about it. I think that there might be content, there might be tweaks, but then just not enough to really make people go like, yes, this is a significant change from what was there previously, actually. Else. So Murph, I saw your expansion of the horde base. A big expansion. I don't think there's anyone else here. Oh, let's go over here actually. Is there a Blood Moon horde today? I don't think so. I don't think so. If there is a Blood Moon horde, then I'll have to fight it out. But let's go look at Satis's space. So if there must have been a lot of explosions there. No, who's been blowing up cars? So if there isn't enough content, then people usually go like, yeah, it's cool, and it was nice, and it was... I wonder if they've had actually made these roads themselves. Then it, you know, the version doesn't hold enough interest for people to sort of stick for a long time. One of the things I really liked about Alpha 16 was that they added all the electricity. You thrown some things in there? Nice. Oh, what the? Oh, it probably is man-made. I mean, if I see a... Okay, so let's see. Where does this one end up? These people, they don't go like, yeah, let's make it out of wood. They go like, yeah, let's make it out of concrete. Oh, this one. I don't even know where this one is leading. No, but don't go down here to the southwest. Look. It ends up nowhere. Oh no. Something here. They've been... You see there's definitely... Oh yeah, there's something. Oh yeah. Oh, this is definitely new. Well, newish. Horde base. Using the triangle thingy that I just put out a video. And wow, this is nice. Whose is this one? I don't know whose this is either. It looks a little bit like a parking garage with a very nasty set of blade traps below. What am I stuck on? Oh, I'm stuck on one of these. Okay. That explains it. But the wires. Let's pick up. Pliskin. That reminds me of Snake Plissken in the Escape from New York. Nice. This looks good. Like a castle built with a lot of levels. And then of course this is this horde base. Wow, it's getting so dark. Here, let me scan a little bit so people can... Oh. Yep. Right. This is... Take off! Yep, yep. Go, 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 go. Yeah, 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 you can do it, you can do it. Okay, this is... Yep, 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 I can do... So, okay, let's back up a little bit here. Try this again. Take off speed. Yes. Woo. Phew. Right. We are still going over to Asatis though. Nice base Pliskin. Where was I? Oh, he's dug down there. All right, that looks dangerous. Let's see. Did anyone build this one? Is this a... I think it's maybe one of the POIs in the game. Anyway, so Alpha 16, and it had all the electricity. And that was a huge amount of content and additions that were really helpful. Alpha 17 actually didn't have that much at all, which was one of the big letdowns there. It didn't have a lot of content added to it that I felt was really good. Alpha 18 had some things like the powered drawbridges, powered hatches, powered doors, the garage doors, and that by itself wasn't a huge amount of content, but at least it helped on that level. But I'm still waiting to see whether Alpha 19 has anything similar at all. I did hear on the stream yesterday that... thank you! Yes, I do like the wireless boxes. They have not added any... Can I around without crashing here? They have not added any electrical stuff for... actually, I made a video on... let me land here. Oh. Okay. That's coming for hard landing. They have not added any electrical item stuff, unfortunately. So this is Satis's home base, which is a 90 by 90 build or 100 by 100 build, which is awesome. It's got a lot of stuff here. Hey, Daniel on YouTube, welcome. So what I did here, okay, so let me defocus what I'm talking about. So I did hear that they have added some new paint for Alpha 19. That's one thing I picked up yesterday. And what was the swing? Yeah, I'm just walking back and forth. But you know, you can imagine that that was better. Of course, going down the slide. Whee! So Alpha 19 did add some pick this up. Some new paint textures. Air Park. I know. It's so in Alpha 17 they actually, I believe, made the gyrocopters fall down. Because in Alpha 16 it would get stuck up in the air, if I'm not wrong. Alpha 17 they made it go down slowly. In Alpha 18 they went back to... Oh, thank you very much, Demandrid. So Demandrid gave me a super chat on... and let me get out here, because that's going to spawn zombies. Get me out of here. Hold on. Let me answer you in a moment. I just want to get out of here. Yes, exactly. That's going to cost... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Right. So that's gonna thank you, Demander. So Demander was asking, thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate it. Oh, 10 USD, that's very kind of you. He's saying, can you make a video about how to grow your 7 Days to Die channel? I've made quite a few videos, but I'm still struggling to grow. So let me see if I can survive these ones first. Come on, we're gonna do this. Oh yeah. I've switched over to the knuckle irons and see if I can survive here. I think I should be alright. I probably should have brought some antibiotics. What is gonna be? Okay. Am I bleeding? No, I'm not. Okay. Whew. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I have I coded in a bunch of things that basically means that donations, subscriptions and stuff like that causes me a lot of problems. It spawns in things, including this. Ooh, okay, let's... Come on, one at a time, one at a time. Yep. Left hook, right hook. So it spawns in zombies, and this is what happened when you made a super chat. And I will answer you in just a... Oh, okay, let's... I can't handle them in close combat. That escalated very quickly as... Whew. Ooh. Right. And did I bring antibiotics? Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't bring in antibiotics. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? Yes. So, coming back to Demandred's question. So, there's a donkey here. Die. YouTube. YouTube is a science unto itself. So, let me see, how can I try to distill this down? I'm collecting my thoughts while I'm trying to kill this stupid way. Come on! Off with your head! He's burning and making... No, come on! Oh, come on! Okay, he's dead there. Couple left. Some more dogs. Yes, you almost killed him. Killed me. That was. I probably should. eating. Okay, this one heard me. Right, Magnum for the win. Phew. So, YouTube. YouTube is a pain in itself. The way YouTube does it is that it will check. I'll take the water. It will check. So there are two ways to grow. Well, there's one way to grow. You need to get views on your video, and the question is, well, then how do you get views? And that's really where the tough part is. To get views, you need to get either subscribers to watch, which is difficult if you're a small channel, because obviously you're a small channel. Can I get it in there? I don't think so. This. Let's do some. Right. Yes, I'm at your place. So this is Satis's homestead. So I'm going to go in just for a moment here while I'm answering a Demandrid's question. So you need to get views. If you have no subscribers, it's really difficult to get views from subscribers because, well, you don't have a lot of subscribers. So that's one of the big challenges. You can, if you have another community which can support you, and you can get them to watch, such as, you know, let's say you have let's say you're friends with PewDiePie, and you can get him to recommend one of your videos so that his subscriber goes to watch you, then that's really good. Unfortunately, most of us don't know PewDiePie or really big YouTuber either, because they tend to just recommend each other for obvious reasons. So that doesn't really help either. So then you're down to, how do I get subscribers on my channel when I don't have many subscribers, so I don't have a lot of views? And that's really, really tough. There are different ways of doing that, but in general, you need to, one, be consistent with videos. That's always what they say, right? But it's true. Whether it's once a week or twice a week or three times a week, the more you post, the more you're likely that people will watch. That helps a little bit. Secondly, you need to pick topics or games or things that will draw people to your channel, even if they're not subscribed. For instance, if there's a really cool feature of let me not use 7 days to die, of, you know, let's say Ark Survival Evolved or 7 days to die. If there's a new feature or new patch coming out, let's say Alpha 19 comes out on Monday, make sure on Monday you sit down, you get the game, you play it through, and you pick one thing that you really like about it. Let's say the new paint textures. Not to give away my video ideas, but let's say paint textures. You say, I think paint textures is a really good topic because a lot of people look for it. You could go to, for instance, there are some sites that offer a look into how good search terms on Google is, for instance. So you need to pick a topic that you think that people will look at, but also is not overly saturated. So let's say paint is one of those, and it can be a challenge to find them. But let's say paint is one of those. Then on Monday, Alpha 19 has come out experimental. You go in and you test the hell out of paint in 7 days to die. And you make a video. So you're the first one, and you have to release it the first day. My master plan. I'm happy to do that because it's really tough. So on Monday, you make a video and you release it on Monday as well. Monday is normally not the best way to do it anyway, but you want to be first. So you release it. That basically says 5 new cool paint textures in 7 days to die Alpha 19. Now what happens is people are looking for Alpha 19 and paint textures. If you're the only person who's made a video, you are likely to be a recommended or a found search in Google or even YouTube search, and then people will be looking at it. Of course, that will give you some extra views, which will give you some extra subscribers. If it's a good video, and this is where it can be a little bit of a challenge. If you're making Let's Play videos, it's really hard to spread them and get people to watch them, because If you go to forums, you go to the discussion forums, you go to Reddit, you post a Let's Play, people go like, yeah, download, I don't want to see Let's Play. But let's say you have a good guide, you have a good tutorial, you have something that is unique, but you put some effort into. Let's say 5 new paint textures. So these are really cool paint textures in 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. Nope, line claim. What you then can do, you go to Reddit, you make a post where you basically say, hey, you know, Reddit or forums or anywhere else. And you basically say, hey, you know, I checked out Alpha 19 and, you know, I found some new textures and here's the 5 new textures and this is what I really think about them. And by the way, here's a link to a video where I covered it in 4 minutes if you want to have a look, right? And you basically, you give them the option to just read what you've said and you have a link to your video. You can even say something like, well, you know, you don't have to go and watch if you don't want to. I just, for people who like to paint or whatever, who were psyched about new textures, and you put that on Reddit, and you hope that you don't get a lot of downvotes. If you happen to get into, and if you have a nice picture or something, that actually helps as well. That can give you some nice upvotes if you're lucky, which can give you, let's say, 100 views on Reddit. Maybe you get 200 views, maybe you get 500 views, and maybe 10% of these ones goes to watch the video. That helps you to get some extra views. And then you post that on the forums as well, maybe in the correct, make sure you do it in the correct forums, bulletin board. You can do it on the Steam discussion. Again, make sure you posting in the right place. That will help to give some extra views. So let's say you have, you know, 33 subscribers, but let's say you get 200 views off your post on Reddit. Again, don't just post a YouTube video on Reddit because people tend to downvote it into oblivion. Post a text where you actually explain what you've done, what you've looked at and everything, and try to, you know, to be as professional as possible. And maybe some pictures. I do know people who refer to image URL, basically pictures, tend to get a lot of views on this one and not a lot of downvotes. But if you do that consistently, once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and you have a topic that people go like, oh yeah, no one has covered that. Maybe the second week you go like, I don't know, it's nice, like the new gyrocopter. I mean, obviously the gyrocopter is not new, right? But you know, it's one of the things I did back in Alpha 17, right? No one had covered it, so I put a video about, you know, how to make it and how to fly it and everything, and it was fairly well received. I can't remember whether it was downvoted and everything, but making tutorials and making guides is generally a much better way than making Let's Plays, because let's face it, people only watch your Let's Play if they really like you as a YouTuber, because there's so many out there. And normally if you don't have any subscribers, then you don't have enough people watching it. And even so, Let's Plays don't get any residual views generally. They might get some views by subscribers the first few days, but that's it. After that, no one's going to watch it. Let's go here. So down here. Okay, something probably Satis built something, or maybe someone else did. So tutorials and guides are generally good ways. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be super easy. Another thing is base builds in 7 Days to Die, I have found, are generally better liked than a lot of other videos. People like to see base builds. So those ones are another, again, that's giving away some of my secrets, but base builds is one of the reasons I do base builds. I love to make bases anyway. I love to build, so it's not like it's entirely new for me anyway. Ooh, that's... Well, maybe no one has done anything here. But base builds tend to get more views than other guides if it's a good base, especially if you have a unique concept of it. But it's really slow. The problem with 7 Days to Die, and I didn't really care about this when I got started. I mean, I've been doing this now for a few years, and I only have 10,000 subscribers, so I'm still a small fry as well, because 7 Days to Die is such a small community. There's not a lot of people who play it. There's like maybe 10 to 15,000 active compared to Arc, which is like 50,000. 7 Days to Die maybe topped out at 30,000 when there's a new version coming out. Arc had like 300,000. That's why people play what's called Fortnite, because you don't have 10,000 or 20,000, you have 5 million. So 7 Days to Die is a tough one to do if you want to grow. But I would suggest, instead of just posting a lot of videos. So another thing that also happens is that YouTube does this kind of thing, the recommendation thing. If you have one video that, let's say there's 1,000 views on it, and then you have another video that has 10 views of it. What YouTube basically does in general, this is a simplification. It basically says, hey, wait, you have one that has 10 views and one that has 1,000 views. So your average for your videos is just about 500. Now, who's made this one? I guess they made it look nicer. So basically, instead of helping you, the video that you have 10 views on is actually going to hurt you, because YouTube algorithm basically says, hey, instead of 1,000 average, your average is just 500. So putting out a lot of Let's Plays when you have better videos actually hurts you more than anything. And it's another reason why you'll see this phenomena. Some YouTubers, and I've done that as well, simply because I don't care as much. They will put out one main game, let's say 7 Days to Die, and then they put out another, let's say they start doing Withstand, a new game. And they might get 10,000 views on their 7 Days to Die, and then they get 500 views on Withstand, the new game. And then they go, well, if you guys don't watch my new games, I don't want to make videos because it basically takes a lot of time and it hurts my performance. And it's true. So if you break from what most people are watching too much, your views will go down, and that means that your average sort of average view per video over the last 3 to 5 or 7 days, whatever they calculate, goes down as well. And that's really important to know, because if your average views for your channel is 1,000 per video, you will get recommended as if on that level. So if the average is 500, then you'll be recommended a lot less, because every video out there will be competing. So if your video has 1,000 views and my video has 50 views, generally it means that, assuming we're covering the same topic, yours will be shown a lot more than mine, because, well, yours has 1,000 views, so YouTube says that it's a better one. Mine is 50, so it's seen as not a very good one. And you can imagine then, if mine has 700 and yours is 1,000, and then you start to put out a lot of Let's Plays which are getting 10 views, then suddenly YouTube says, hey, your channel is actually not that good, so your average now is down to 300. Ooh, someone else's space. So your average is down to 300. So when a new video comes out, well, hey, you made a video and your average is 300 video, made one that has 700, so let's show Veduis instead, or recommend Veduis instead. So that, let's see, Danger Minds. Okay, let's not go there then. Whose is this? So you have to be careful about the content that you put out. Let's Plays work really well if you have people who love to see you game. But in general, it's not a very easy way to grow a channel, because there's so many Let's Plays out there. You really have to be different. And if you're really good as a Let's Player, or DocM77, if you're really good at Let's Plays, you might actually do better streaming. As an example, for instance, not sure whether you've seen Bearded Guys Gaming. They did YouTube videos. That didn't really take off very well. Then they did Twitch streaming, dual streaming, 2 of them, and it just took off a lot more. So they get like 200 to 300 people viewing concurrently when they're doing their Twitch streams, but views on YouTube, no one really watched them. Doc Bansai, okay. And no one really watched them do YouTube videos. So they focused most of their time on Twitch streaming because people like to watch them play games and watch, talk to them and sort of hang out and everything. This one is obviously unfinished, but yeah, it's looks like it's a big build. So you have to be really careful about that as well. Another thing that people have been commenting about is that if you are live streaming on both Zedibase, okay, Sinjins, okay. He said he did tell me that he wasn't quite ready with it. Ooh, some more stuff here. Nice. I always tell people, make sure you paint your bases because they look a lot better. This one looks a lot more colorful than this. But yeah, I'm also the same way. I tend to... I think this was Hitman's... Oh, I like the pattern. Gonna make me go blind. I know he had problems with his base basically murdering him and corrupting his... I like these yellow balls. I'm gonna have to go down here. Oh, no, where am I? What? Forward? Oh, no, this one. I think this is Hitman's. I can land here. Yes. And perfect. Coming in for landing. This is exactly where I wanted to land. Okay, this is not actually where I wanted to land at all. I could pretend I am. Let me come back to that in just a moment. I know a lot of Tutti Frutti. Right. Yeah, perfect. So a lot of people have been saying if you are making videos on YouTube and you're also live streaming on YouTube, if you don't get a lot of views, it can really hurt your recommendation because let's say your videos are getting 1,000 each, but your live stream is getting 50. That can help. That can bring down your averaging to cause problems as well. It's one of the reasons that I actually stopped streaming on YouTube for a fair while because I was not getting the views and it was hurting my videos. So I said, fine, let me just stream on Twitch. And now that I've opened up for memberships and everything, I thought, okay, let me give it another go. Let's see if I can, if I can get some better views and everything, so it doesn't hurt too much. I think this is Hitman. So Hitman had a problem here. If he's kill me when I. Yep. So he had a problem in here where when he logs out around here, his character gets bumped into the wall of his base somehow, and it basically corrupts it. It doesn't just kill him; it corrupts his character. I've actually had to remake his character twice with the gear and everything and taking the backup because it looks really good though. I love it. I love the colors. Hitman, this, funny thing is like you have all the colors here and then you have this one gray and boring. Anyway, so it's corrupted his character a couple of times and I think that's why he was moving and changing. Love this. Oh, this is really nice. Like this. Oh, so nice. I like the way of using the balls and everything. There has to be much ball. Let's see down here. Oh, that's more. Ooh. Yeah, so he's gotten this character corrupted a few times here, and I've helped him reset it, which is fairly time consuming. Nice. I like it. I like this patterning as well. Creative. Much better than mine. I should have stolen this one and put on my outside. So Devander, does that help a little bit with some of my thoughts on? I don't know if he did that on purpose, because he didn't want things to run across. Oh, nice! Like a nice place, because he didn't want zombies to run across, but really prevent. Oh, let me drop down. Sorry. Hey, Shiva Magrox, thank you for following on Twitch. I just much appreciate it. Let me bring this down so we can see the colors better. Ah, much better. Ooh, sorry. Thought I had that extra. It washed out. Can I steal? No, I can't. I mean, not that I was ever steal anything. Nice. Really good. Just wish it wasn't corrupting his character. It's really weird. Anyway. Oh, I can't. There. Let's go. I don't know what he's done out here. Really nothing. Maybe that was just intended. So anyway, so Demandrid, hopefully that helps a little bit. A little bit of thoughts around that whole YouTube thingy. It's just not easy. It's definitely not easy. There's a reason why people stream instead of making videos. And 7 Days to Die is just not a very good game overall because there's just not enough people in the community. Not the other side. Oh. Okay. Oh, I think he made all this to go to the trader, maybe, actually. Yeah, he did. Because the trader is here. Oh, that's, it's like he's made a... He was intending to do something else here as well. Awesome things to build. Let's go over here. I think it's tree farm, maybe. Hey, Demandrid. Thank you very much. And now we're gonna see. Can't have fun doing things. You can. So now we're gonna. No. Wait. Let's open it. Okay, we have. Okay. That is coming in. So you definitely can have fun, but to be honest, if you're just looking for have fun and everything, I would suggest considering streaming. But even that is not super easy, but it's definitely easier than it is to start off doing just YouTube videos, sadly, or a different game. A different game. 7 Days to Die is just, if I was gonna make videos from scratch and I cared about the game and everything, I would not choose 7 Days to Die. But if you're really searching doing 7 Days to Die, you have to accept that growth is going to be slow, and you have to focus on things like guides and there's a wandering horde as well. That's not what I wanted. They're all coming here. Oh. Do guides and things like that as well, because guides are better received than just let's plays. Or you just do it for fun and you don't care about the views, but it is a little bit. Hey, Murph is coming in. It is a little bit disheartening to make a lot of. And Murph has left the game. To make a lot of videos and then no one watches it. I know how that is. It does suck actually. But it's hard to avoid. Oh, I'm not scared of you. Maybe a little bit. So one thing you can do, start doing some live streaming. Probably on Twitch is usually better. And see if you can get some regulars in there, people who you can sort of get to subscribe to your channel and stuff like that as well, while just showing 7 Days to Die, and then make some targeted 7 Days to Die videos. Do things that target Alpha 19 that's coming out. But thank you for those that super chat. Oh, okay. Let's have to kill that one. We cannot leave no man behind, as they say, live. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's your fault. Your fault. Off with your head. And she's laying there like, I'm turning. Can I come up here? Yes, I can. Ooh, look at that parkour. It's alright, Murph. You're welcome to come in. Oh, that's someone definitely made that one's like a small out. Oh. Great. Let's make some frames. Can't you just come down? It's roughly. You're definitely welcome on. There's going to be a Blood Moon Horde tonight. I can actually go over to your base, and we can do your the Blood Moon Horde at your horde. Is it offset? I am probably in the wrong place. Oh, this is going to be painful. Might miss this. So we can do a Blood Moon Horde at your horde base setup if you think it's ready. Oh, it is! Perfect! Woohoo! Right, don't hit E. That didn't follow me. So Demander, if you know, if you make any, and again, I've told people this before. I mean, I usually play 7 Days to Die on my community server, and you're welcome to join in and everything. If you're on my Discord, I do have a channel, a board for videos and everything like that, and you're welcome to post your videos there as well, especially if it's guides and tutorials and stuff like that. You're definitely welcome to go and post it. Might get some views, it might not, you know, depending on what people like, but you're definitely welcome to do that. And you know, so for me, I do this for the fun of it. I mean, I have a very good professional life beyond this, but I do this as a hobby because I enjoy it. So even though, of course, everyone likes to have more views and everything, and more subscribers and everything, to me, that's not the main thing. I'm very active in my community simply because I enjoy playing with people. I enjoy playing with and discussing things with everyone. That I'm sure you know people like Murph and Satis and Jason and everything can attest to, that I'm really active. In general, because I like to interact with people. I don't do this because it's I'm trying to make money of it. Even though, of course, getting a little bit of money helps me buy new, cool, funny things. Because I don't, it's one of those things that you do get a little bit of money when you're doing your videos if you get some views. But it's it's not so much at all. It's nothing compared to working at McDonald's. If I was working at McDonald's, I would make a lot more money than I do just making YouTube videos. So for me, it's for the fun of it. So let's see, there is, oh, it's up here. I'm gonna go over here somewhere before I go over to Murph's place. And it's do YouTubing because it's fun. Don't do it because it's gonna make you rich and famous. Because most of us are not that lucky, unfortunately. We're not. Oh, is that a trader? No, it's just a car. I thought it was a trader that was rendering in. Oh yeah, there's going to be stuff there. I don't want to spoil too much. I just want to have a slight little peek. This is some stuff that has been built by Cap1. Cap1 is one of the community members that has been building for a long time. And he's actually been building a lot of things in creative because he loves to build. He didn't really enjoy Alpha 17 at all, or Alpha 18 that much when it comes to the survival aspect, but he wanted to build some stuff and show it off. He's been doing, maybe he has been doing things in survival. I know he did some, well, okay, so you can see here some stuff. Right, so here you see some, and I believe this is all done in creative. And if I'm if I'm wrong, Cap, then do correct me. He might have done something since. Wow. Okay. If you've ever had anyone make an oil tanker, then well, now you have. Hey, error! Error. And you see he's made an oil refinery. I'm gonna sit down and make a video properly to cover everything. Here's the oil refinery and everything. Wow, look at this. So Cap loves to build. I mean, he's a whiz when it comes to building. And you have some drilling. And he's actually made an oil rig. Thank you for following Ashen Sugar. I mean, you didn't follow? Or were you on YouTube maybe? That's why. He loves to build, and he's an awesome builder. He's one of the best builders I've seen in 7 Days to Die, to be honest. He makes massive builds. So he just loves building. I covered a few of his builds back in Alpha 16, where he made, you know, a lot of really cool stuff. But this is even better. Wow. I know he built something out there. If you're having only through your phone, then that sucks. Yes, it's a little bit difficult to stream as well. What happened to his oil platform? Oh, maybe it's there. Oil rig over there. I know he built stuff under. Oh yeah, yep. You're gonna see some of it here. Sneak peek. Oh, look at this. Now, this is not a POA in the game, guys. This is hand built by Cap. Look at this. He's had some problems with the water, which is unfortunately you can't refix the water. But yeah, look at this. And it goes down into the ground as well. Oh, I'm in the radiation zone. Oh, no, no, don't die. Look at this. If that doesn't make you think it's cool, then I don't know what will. Hand built. Let's go past here. And I think he was like, his theme was the oil rig and then an oil tanker. As you can see, he even took out the coastline to make a wharf here. I wonder if it's deep enough. The distant terrain obviously is causing some issues here because it's so big. And yeah, the control room and everything. Oh. Can I make a hazmat suit? No, unfortunately not. It's the border of the game. The map border, rather. And then, yeah, then we have all this side. You see the oil refinery here. We're going to follow the... Oh, no. Yes. Yeah, no, I wanted to do this. I wanted to slowly back up here. Turn, damn it, turn. Okay. Let's not pick up. If you get stuck with a gyrocopter, this is what you do. Hey, Squeaker Slayers on Mixer. Thank you very much for following. How are you doing? Oh, he made more stuff as well. So he builds like crazy. It's like he can spend hours and hours of just building cool stuff. Oh, I wonder if he's built all the way under here as well. It's not impossible that he has. I mean, he just loves to build. He's really good at it as well. I mean, he's the kind of person that, you know, they should they should you know, hire some of his skills to make POIs and prefabs into the game. As you can imagine, you know, his attention to detail and everything is really good. So hazmat suits. So nothing so far. They are intending, and this is not an Alpha 19, I believe, but it's an Alpha 20 or onwards. Why is he building so much? I just want to explore it. They are going to make such that you can make a hazmat suit that will then protect you as you go into wonder if he's got like oil storage underneath. That's very possible. Hazmat suits that'll protect you from radiation when you go into the radiation zone. Coming out. Right. 3130. Yes, it's on my server. It's on my community server. So I'm not the only one playing. We have a bunch of people playing. Cap was one of them that has been building. So they're gonna make sure you make hazmat suits so it protects you as you go into the radiation zone. Eventually the radiation zone is going to, let me set a way marker for there's some. So that when you go into the radiation zone, there's actually going to be radiation. Out of the UI, I don't know. So there's going to be actual radiation in the radiation zone, the one over there. And using a hazmat suit will basically protect you from radiation. That's part of the plan. It just hasn't been done yet. So eventually they'll get there. And I hope, you know, it's not going to be Alpha 19, I don't think. I haven't mentioned about that. But maybe it'll be Alpha 20. So yes, so people. So give me your. Okay, that's a basic PA. Give me your from your perspective, your one thing that you are really looking forward to in Alpha 19. One thing per person. Okay, you can give 2 if you want to. If you want to do 3, just make sure it's short and concise. What are you looking for in Alpha 19 that's got you most excited? While I fly over here to Murph's Horde base, we have until 2200 hours. We'll do the Horde there. So Squeaker Slayer says, age progression of loot. What do you mean by the age progression of loot? They have one thing they've changed for that one that I picked up on the stream yesterday is that in Alpha 19, loot is better in desert and radiation zone. So they're making the forest biome bigger, but loot will be better, but it'll be harder as well as you get into the desert and the radiation zone. So loot will be better depending on where you go. That's one change. You progress. So progressing through loot is a bit of an issue. They've also been changing so that there's less throwaway loot. In the sense of they were making the reference to, for instance, broken glass. You find broken glass, you always dump it because there's nothing interesting with it anyway. So they've been trying to, I think, reduce the rubbish loot that you get, because what's the point? What's the point of getting, some broken glass? When you're level 100, who cares, right? You're just gonna throw it out. So let's not even, bother with it. Yes, they started the stream, which was this morning for me, or last evening for people. Era says hazmat suit and minigun. I don't think they'll make a minigun. Now Jake, who is one of the Reddit mods, actually made a weaponry modlet. I haven't spent a lot of time with that in Alpha 18. I loved it in Alpha 17. I don't know if they will make a minigun. It would be nice if they do. Fixes for AI. Yes, I've made some exploit videos of things I think they should be fixing. And hopefully they'll spend some time on that. Oh, that was actually closer than I thought. So I hope there's a bunch of things they do there. Upgrading blocks in other bases. So I wish they would spend some time on the land claim block and party/clan settings, so that you could have exactly that. I wish I could say, hey, yes, you guys are visitors in my clan, building, base, whatever. You can open doors. You can open, but you can't open containers, for instance. Or you are a fully fledged member. Oh, sorry, you are a normal member. You can repair my blocks, but you can't take them down. Or you have full access to my whole base and everything. And you don't have that right now, unfortunately. I wish they had more granularity of that as well. Junk drone, yes, junk drone might or might not be in Alpha 19. The Bandrid. They also highlighted that they are not sure whether that's an Alpha 19, whether it gets done in time. I think people would be really disappointed if it's not done in time. So I hope it is. I really hope it is. Different traps. So we're gonna have the piston turret, but let me land out here, and I'm gonna go into creative for a moment, just as an exception. And yes, perfect landing. Cool. Let's pick it up. So. Lost this one. So a flame. Okay. Oh, sorry, I should be blocked here. Sorry. Oh. Flame. Maybe it's not enabled. Okay, it's not enabled then. There is actually a flame turret. Nope. There is a flame turret actually model in the game. I've enabled. I must have enabled. I know I saw it before, and I think I played around with it a little bit. I enabled it in the. Must have enabled it in the configs because it's probably hidden by default, which is unfortunate. So there is a. Let me get out of CM. You there? So there is a flame turret model, and it was something that was teased back in Alpha 15. No, sorry, Alpha 16, I think, and it never appeared, so it never was put in. And Alpha 17, we didn't get it either. Alpha 18, we didn't get it either. And I don't think we're going to get it for Alpha 19 either. I wish we had some more of these traps and everything. I really wish we could. Hello, Kirilox. So my channel is not the official channel for the creator of the game. Mad Mole, who is the official... 7 Days to Die have an official channel as well. I can't remember what it's called. 7 Days to Die something official, maybe. I don't think they've started putting out videos. They said they were going to. They started streaming. If you go into the forums, there was links there to their streams. It was under Prime, his Twitch. So they streamed earlier on today, or let's see, 12 hours ago, roughly. They stream they're going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Fridays over the next 2 weeks. So go catch them Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time. So go check them out on Prime Fubar. I think it's Prime_Fubar or Fubar_Prime, whichever it was. So flame turret would be good, but I don't think they're going to put it in, unfortunately. Unfortunately not. So Murph is in the game. Let me go in Discord here. Hey, there he is. There he is. Come back here. Give me antibiotics. Murphy.
Nope. Taking me off of mute. Yes. Yeah, antibiotics.
Yes.
How much you got?
I got 11, so one should be enough.
No, how much money do you have?
Depends. Mine is bigger than yours.
This way, my friend.
And these ones do nothing else. They'll skewer you and grill you at the same time. Both at the same time. Hey, Mikois. Hey, Charles. Thank you, Mikois. Yes. I'm glad I got into that one. It's going to be really cool. Right. And I got in here. Right, I'm going to be outside. Otherwise, I'm going to get lost inside your base again. I showed Murph's base previously. This one. Eat up. Hey, dead meat. Oh, you actually saw the tanker build? Yep, Cap. He's. I'm gonna do a walkthrough with Cap on his builds. Probably in the next 2 weeks. Because I definitely want to do that. Yeah, because I want to. He just builds awesome things, massive things. I mean, I look at something like this that Murph has done. I go like, wow, this is a lot of effort. It's like 50 by 50, whatever. And then you look at Cap stuff, which is going to be like 200 by 200, and multiple ones. It's just like, it's just so much effort into doing all the building.
Yeah, Cap built the Titanic.
I know, the oil. It's like you look at the oil tanker, and then he's got the oil refinery, and then he's got the oil rig out at sea, and it's like just okay, just so much effort. I mean, even all this is tons. I mean, this is all broken concrete now.
Yeah, it's all reinforced concrete, everything.
So
I did that for the spawns.
Yep. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, that means they won't spawn. They'll spawn. Actually, so what happens here? So it means that if you're standing in the middle, there won't be any spawns at all, right?
Correct. Yeah. And if you stand on this side, you can get them to spawn on this side. So you have a way of manipulating the spawns.
Yeah, correct. Oh yeah. But where do you have to stand?
Any way you want. To stand for no spawns would be right over here.
No, so if you want to get, so you give me the 5-minute walkthrough of what the heck is all in here.
It's just a mishmash. I just wanted to make something that you could run around and do a lot of melee or shooting.
Okay. You lure them in. And, oh yeah, you made a way up. Perfect.
Yeah, so just basically a playground. So I'm calling this the Screamer Playgrounds. So
nice.
It's very incomplete. A lot of concept and ideas I've been slowly testing out. I won't be able to, complete it before A19 comes out, but there could be some ideas anyways.
Yep. Yeah, it's really, really big. And just painting it is such a pain. It's so much paint. Yes, if you're not following me,
you have to be in
check him
the
out
mood. Yeah, so selectively I've been doing it here and there.
He plays a lot of 7 Days to Die and other things as well, so check him out. It's located in Asia time zone.
There isn't really a lot to say about it. I mean, this does function right here, the entranceway, but I got the sliding door. I have them go down there, the garage door, whatever it is.
Yep. How do you? What's your switch for? Oh, okay. Yes, perfect. Yes. I'm glad these are not on. Actually.
No dart traps, no nothing as of yet. It's not going to be completed, unfortunately, but that's all right.
Yep.
I'm having fun with it. There will be a 2.0 version of this in A19, so I don't mind continuing on.
Yeah, I mean,
there'll be some changes made.
It's one of those things that I look at. A lot of these things that you play around with it. Okay, you have wireless box now.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Bluetooth and the wireless. Yeah.
So if we want to lure them in, want to lure them in, where do we stand it so we can do some running around here and sort of see how they behave? What's the best place to lure them in?
Basically at either this entrance. There's 4 entrances. This one here obviously doesn't have the drawbridge, and then I have the 3 other drawbridges on each side. So it basically, whatever side you want them to come in is the side you go to.
Okay. So if you stand here, they'll spawn out there.
Yeah. You could probably stand as, maybe a dozen or so blocks back up on this upper level, and they'll still spawn in. But once you get in the middle, they will not spawn in.
Right.
So if you're up here, they won't come in.
Right. It's such a, I did some videos about the spawn mechanics of how far away they spawn and everything, and I used.
That's where I learned it from.
Well, that's good. So I admit I used admin tools, game tools, to actually replace everything. In one shot, almost one shot and everything. Just cut it out and replace it and everything. You have replaced it in survival by digging it all out and placing all the blocks. Wow, that's
yeah, there was a little bit of effort in there. Yeah, all these, well, not these columns here, but the ones
and then
underneath
you painted
you can see, they all. Yeah, yeah. The bad part about it being in the desert is the sun, the light reflection is
Oh yeah,
oof,
yeah, yeah.
is brutal. So the
You
paint
get that.
helps, but
Yep, I
give
know
it
what you
some
mean.
character anyways. I'm gonna go put on the tase traps, the
Oh,
wire traps,
sure.
whatever the
Yep,
heck they are called. I don't even know what they're called. I'm only gonna put
yep.
them on because we don't have to have them come through that way. We can pull them
Correct.
from
We
the
can
other
go to
direction, but
exactly. Yep, yep. That's good.
it'll be something anyways. I'm gonna grab some concrete so I can do some. I'll put them in a box upstairs.
So let's see. A lot of pipe on. Molotov. Eh, whatever. A lot of things here. Ooh. Stand here, see they come. Oh, they come in, and then they'll probably come up here. I expect. Let's see. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, can you check how many people are watching on YouTube? I'm looking on my Twitch. I'm like 16 viewers on Twitch. I don't have YouTube up at the same time, but is it something like 10 or something watching on YouTube? If that's visible, I think it should be. Here he comes.
Yeah, the drawbridges, unfortunately, will dump them into the lower level. The only one that
Oh,
brings them
they'll
into
come.
the upper level is this
Right,
one here.
but they'll come up here, right? So
But they'll come up, yeah. Yeah, they have
you know,
some strange
I can tell.
pathing.
So Murph, I can tell that you're a loudmouth. Do you know how I can tell?
What is my volume too high?
No, no. I get
Oh,
this green
you're gonna
icon.
break my base with
No,
that.
I get this green icon on my screen saying you're screaming. You know, this loudmouth.
Oh no. Oh no, that's the
I know, I'm the buff, the buff. I'm just kidding. Oh, 19 people on YouTube. Wow. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for everyone hanging out. So it's a good thing I'm just streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Then actually on Mixer, there's a few people. There was a Squeaker was there, and I think there might be D Live as well. That one, that platform didn't seem to really take off. I like the fact that you can still from afar use the drawbridge. It's like the one block, and we found that out back in Alpha 16 as well. That it's got a really long range to actually use it. I mean, I'm standing back here. I'm manipulating it. Nothing else in the game has this distance to manipulate it.
the range, which is a good thing because you need it to open it up if you're on the outside.
Exactly. You know, and I like. I mean, it's like it really helps. The drawbridge also has another function that we're not going to test out. In that, it won't happen here. If you had put, and we've done that at Satis Space, if this one had been one block further, and someone stands here and they close the thingy, they actually hammer you into the ground where you're stuck. You can literally grief players by doing that, by having them stand here. Let's say let's say at the ground level, and let's say you have a land claim block here, and you basically open the drawbridge. It'll hammer them into the ground, and they'll be stuck because your land claim block prevents them from destroying the block, and they can't move. It's crazy.
Well, the concept here is to kill zombies, not players.
Exactly right. So it makes sense. It makes sense. So Dead Meat is asking if I like YouTube or Twitch streaming more. So Twitch in general is better for streaming. The reason I do YouTube as well is because I got a lot of subscribers on YouTube who might not be catching me on Twitch, and that gives them an opportunity to actually see me stream as well. But Twitch in general is better for streaming. They just have they've changed a little bit. They just changed the way the home page is for your streams. You can have like these different panels, so you can have your links and everything. A little bit more hotted up. YouTube doesn't have anything. YouTube is primarily a video on demand platform. And even though there is, you know, if you want to watch me live, you can do youtube.com/vedui42/live. I think it'll pick up the whatever live one is on the moment. But there's no landing page for streaming stuff. So it's not like you come to a live streaming landing page where it says, oh, Vedui, isn't streaming right now, but here's his stream schedule, and, here's some info panels that he's put, whatever, I stream 7 Days to Die or Arc or whatever, or, thanks to my supporters, whatever, or here's some other links that you can follow. Twitch has that. YouTube doesn't have anything like that. So from that perspective, Twitch is so much better. Because they've incorporated that, and I think they're improving it as well. YouTube they were seeing Twitch as being the big streamer, and they said, yeah, let's also do we can do video. We're doing video. We can do streams. We do videos. We can do streams, right? But they're not as good. They're just not as good, fortunately. So
actually, a problem I'm having with Twitch right now is actually I can't get even though I follow you on Twitch, I can't get your icon to show up in the left-hand column.
I don't know what that is yet. That people have been saying that on YouTube, that they don't see when people are live. Half Twitch notifications are a little bit better, but in general, I always tweet out on my Twitter when I'm, half an hour, minutes earlier before I'm streaming, just because at least then people who are following me on Twitter will see it. But notifications are really bad, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, it's just not very good. So Dead Meat, coming back to better to support me on my content, just watch. Come join my my Discord channel as well. If you want to toss some coffee money, Patreon is the best one. Patreon.com. I think if you do !Patreon, then you'll get that page. But Patreon is the best way to support I'm not just talking about me. In general, it's much better to support them on Patreon, your favorite YouTuber or content creator, than either Twitch subscription or YouTube membership. I mean, I have Twitch subscriptions. Twitch and the US government takes 65% or 65% of it. So if you pay $5, I get $180, which is not terribly good. YouTube, they take I think 35% or something. So if you pay $5, I get $3.50, which is good. Patreon is the best one. They take 5%, and then PayPal take 5% for payment processing, so 10%. So you pay $5, I get $4.50. So it's hands down the best way of handling it compared to both Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to support a creator, go to their Patreon. It's the best way of doing it, because it leaves the least amount of money to these other companies who you're actually not looking to really support anyway. Yeah, so we have a 20 minutes. I'm gonna boost up my camera a little bit. It's not too dark for people. Yeah, that's good. And then, yeah, Murph is running away.
No, just when you upgrade your spear, you can throw it a country mile.
You mentioned you threw it all the way there.
Yeah, I was curious where the range was. I've actually, from where you're standing, thrown it in the opposite direction and nearly hit my base with it.
All the way there to the south?
Yeah.
Wow.
There it goes.
That vanishes so fast that it's not even fun.
I have to go get it now. Let's see how short.
Let me stand here and let's things in here this way. He's getting his thingy. So no, Dead Meat. I mean, I don't ask for people to pay money for me to whatever. If people want to throw some coffee money, there, that always helps to just make the content better and everything. Because it is obviously very, very time consuming. But, I want people to watch. Subscribe is the best way. Watch the videos, provide a like, provide a comment. That really helps as well.
I threw my spear and it's gone. I'm very mad right now.
Right. Well, he should be coming up here. Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. Now that fire effect is a little bit annoying, so I might take that off. I did it because you get a little bit of extra damage. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit too much. Let's go. Let's do it for a moment. Do that, that's better. And let's not hold it in my hand while it explodes. I have done that mistake before. I think I even did that on a video. I held a grenade or something until it exploded in my hand because I was talking, and then it's like, oh, I never threw the grenade. You got your junk turrets out. That was a clever thing to do. Actually, I should do that as well. Okay, this is... Oh! Oh! He's joining me up here. Cool. They're like helping each other up. And then they're like, yeah, perfect headshot. Nice. Okay, let's run a bit. So Murph is somewhere around here. I think. Murph, did you find your spear? Painful. Probably going to be reinfected, but... Oh, crap, that was painful. Okay, let's... Oh, I probably should put down a bedroll as well. Bedroll time? There it is. Put down 2. Look at that. It is funny when you see them run sometimes. They... Oh, no, let's not go there. They run very predictable. Murph, you're... possibly muted. You are very quiet.
No, I apologize. I went back to my base to grab another spear.
Okay.
Very passionate about my spear.
Trying to shoot the demolisher without actually triggering him. You know, sometimes that fella gets triggered really easily. I'm almost dying here. Hey, pop some pills. Some pills. And I think, nope, he's... Alright. Oh, crap. That was some error. Error Q reference now. It was a bug that popped up my... that popped up my my console and almost killed me. Ooh, that might set off the demolisher though. Don't fall down there. Actually, I could fall down there. Yeah, I'm safe here. It just struck me that having having a junk turret can actually set off the demolisher. That could happen.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate side effect of that.
Otherwise, it's nice. I like the junk turret. I do admit I use the junk turrets a lot less in... Ooh, that was a... I use the junk turret and turrets in general less in Alpha 18 that I did previously, simply because setting off the explosion just sucks. So low on hit. I should have brought some more. Ooh. Saved you. Sort of. Alright, let's close this one. Get a little bit less. And I can climb up here. Okay, I'm gonna die. This is better. Ooh, can you punch people before they punch you?
It's
It's not easy. I mean, I got a really kitted out character. And still they're like just mangling me. So many of them. Let's not when I'm thirsty. I'm very thirsty. I closed a couple of these ones just to get a little bit less of them coming in from the side. Okay, come here. Stay down. Oh, and they made the new models for the Big Mama, so that's gonna be cool. So if they don't come in, I wonder where they're gonna come in actually. Oh. So if they can't come in here, where do they run?
they just beat on the walls, basically, on the outside.
Need to regain a little bit of hit points. This is not the best way of doing that. Ooh. I like it. I mean, it's working very well, and I like that you can sort of close off. Why am I still dehydrated? I like that you can actually close off these ones. So you want to go like, okay, it's a little bit too much now. Let's give me a.
It's a little bit too much. It's a good idea, actually.
And then you just close off a little bit, and you go like, okay, no, let's rehandle things, and then you sort of once you have done that, you can sort of go like, okay, let's restart them. You did it. Right, and then you can go like, okay, now we're taking care of everyone, so let's open up. And they should, well, they should start pathing. Yep, see, now they're pathing here. Hey, Fried Froggin! How are you doing, Mrs. Fried? Oh, no. Where did... Oh, he jumped past me. That's why he lost me. Let's see. Can we get them in the front? Oh, it's Clip. Okay, you changed name. Yes. Oh, what the... Oh. The turrets were activating. I'm like, shit, am I in a bad place? Are they going to be slaughtering me now? Joust. We run past each other and I knock you. Oh, and I splatter your brain. Do the same for you. And one. I don't know how I can hit the concrete through the zombie. Okay. Head down. Ooh, shoot them all. Oh, he's down here. I'll follow him down. Oh, yeah. Oh, reload. No ammo. You're on your own. See ya. Not that I would ever abandon a friend in need. But sorry, I'm out of here. You knock him down. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Can we see if we get them from the front here?
Sure.
They should be spawning in front, right?
Yeah. I'll go up top, make sure.
Right. Use the gun like a bat.
Yep,
I wish
there
you
they
could
go.
actually... They're coming? Right. I wish
Yep.
you could do that. I wish you could, you know, when you're having a gun, you can actually use it to bash them in the face. You know, more effective than just fists. You know, like using the butt of it. Oh, yeah. But this is what I do in my horde base. I basically stand back and I basically just slow them down. Or sometimes don't even slow them down. I just, you know, take them out before they have a chance. Mine is not as far as this. See, I get another object reference. Null reference.
Yeah, if you crouch, you can actually fit onto the side for a little bit better protection.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And you slide to your right, you fit there perfect. So basically you can stand up and then you can crouch.
Yep, yep. Very nice. When there are 3 people watching on YouTube, welcome everyone. So we are on Alpha 18 on my community server. That is still Alpha 18. We will be upgrading this to Alpha 19 once it hits stable. And it's an open server for all people on my beta community. So I think if you do exclamation Discord, you'll probably get the Discord link. Otherwise, it's always on my YouTube videos and everything. You guys are welcome to join in and get whitelist and everything for when Alpha 19 comes in. With a bunch of good people like Murph here, who killed me last time I was visiting him. Oh, they even come from behind here. Oh.
Normally not, but spider monkeys are very resourceful, crafty.
Yep.
Let's see, yeah.
I love the Magnum, I have to say. It's just such an awesome weapon.
Yeah, if you want loot bags, this is the hallway you want to be in.
Yeah, okay, you go get the loot. Okay, go, run. Go.
Me? Okay, ready? You mark? Not sure how long it's gonna take.
I wish you could like go prone and just like crawl underneath. Oh, crap. I think oh, okay. Oh, you can... Oh, crap. I closed it. I can't open it again. The door? Where's the... Can you open the door or close the door or whatever? The garage door?
Do you want me to close it?
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, from the outside to the left.
Can't reach it, right?
Oh, I get it. I opened it up. Yeah, it's closed now.
That was weird. Okay. Right, no, I'm good. Yeah, it's like I couldn't reach it.
Yeah, it's non-powered, so unfortunately you gotta. It's the one.
If I does it show
weird.
up? Where does it show? Oh, okay, from here. Okay, I see. Okay, I got it. Yep. Got it.
Yeah, I did the Houdini on you.
I like how you, the way the electricity and everything works sometimes. Like he's buzzed by the electric fence. He gets shot and knocked down, but the game says no. You're supposed to be standing up and being buzzed by the electricity. So he stands him up again, and then you shot him in the head, and he fell back again. He's like, make up your mind. Right. This is nice. Okay, let's open up some more. Oh, it's raining. I'm getting all these null reference objects. That's really weird. I wonder if it's something that's been built, or whether it's electricity. No idea. Opening my console. It's on my client side. It's not a server side thing. Hey, Creator X. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing really well. You're not whitelisted on the server, right?
Yeah, I tried to connect, but
Yeah, I know. If you've not been whitelisted, then no, it's locked to locked. It's whitelist only. I do make sure you PM me your Steam ID, and I can the Steam 64 ID. I can get you whitelisted after the. Oh, there's a lot of fighting there. After the stream and everything.
I've been watching your stream on Twitch. Unfortunately, my username is taken on Twitch, so I had to use a different one.
Maybe that happens unfortunately sometimes. Oh, I'm out of bandages. Oh, we're good here actually. Oh. Whew. You saw how lost he was? He's like running circles just because he couldn't get to me up where I was standing. Like the AI is still not... Come on, stop with this bleeding. Cut your nails or something. He's still not dead. Right.
Well, that was quick, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually.
Just getting warmed up.
Just getting warmed up. Exactly.
Let me go shut the power off.
Yep. Yep. But no, it's actually it worked really well, and I like the fact that it has multiple ways to deal with things. You can open and close and everything. You can run around and do things, and I think that's a nice way of doing it. And then you have the sort of the kill entrance if you want to sort of slaughter them as they come in.
Definitely happy with the progression of or the development of being able to manipulate it. Yeah, and the rest of it's going to be a little bit of trial and error with different things. Oh, there you are. I also like it too because you can put out the barrels, the fire barrels, and you can attract the screamers to this place. Yep. So you don't need to wait for a horde night.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things about Alpha. Actually, it's been like that since Alpha 17 onwards, if I'm not wrong. I don't think Alpha 16, but the Screamer hordes actually go up to higher game stage than Blood Moon hordes. So I believe they were done up better or higher than Blood Moon hordes either, and because you can control the zombies, you can actually get a much more fun experience. You don't get necessarily as many radiated all the time. You don't get the demolishers, which means you can sort of have fun fighting around without getting the explosions either. I don't think you'd get demolishers during the Screamer horde, right?
Nope. No, that's the only zombie that comes to mind that doesn't show up.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so the last time I was here, right, obviously it was not painted, and all this stuff was flat.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I mean, just painting this, I don't know how you do it. Just I look like I go blind.
I put down basically I just nerf pole up, get some height, and from a good height, you can actually do a lot of it without moving.
That's a good.
So this makes it a lot easier than pecking a keyboard and mouse one.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But actually, that's a really efficient way of doing from the height. So I think it must have been a cop or something that exploded here, or is it I don't think it's a demolisher.
Demolisher, yeah,
it was
concrete's cheap. Probably.
3,000, possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
that's why you have two layers too.
Not
right?
a big deal.
Either way, two layers.
Right, this is double layered.
Yep. Extra effort to build, but it means it's not going to fall, even if one layer gets broken.
Well, always the biggest thing is I didn't want a single compromise to have the whole thing collapse. So
Yep,
yeah, I kept that in mind. Plus, it's a good way to hide the lights too. I got the lights for underneath the lanterns, and everything's survivable. If you got parkour, everything is adjusted
Yep.
for that, for jumping heights. So I can
Exactly,
jump
yeah.
off of this and survive. The little nubs I got here for a little break if you want to, you know, do bandage wraps and then you can jump around. But
Yep.
everything is reachable.
Yep. So what I'm gonna go over to the PvP arena and the PvE arena that we built, just to show that as well for people on the stream. Let me see, it's not so far. We spent time building, and Junior made a really good build of the PvE arena.
Yeah, I like that actually. I actually haven't been in that, so
Yeah. Come along. Yeah, so this is
come
where
along.
I died before.
Will do.
The tall tower kills me. Yeah.
Dead Meat's calling it the
The kill
radio
tower?
tower. I thought he was calling it the Screamer Tower. I don't know. He's changed his
it's
mind.
Suicide tower for me apparently. It's like, yep, no, I'm done. I'm out of here. It's like no zombie's gonna get me. I'm gonna jump and splat.
You're still the only victim.
I don't know how that worked.
That
I bet
I
you
know
were
of
standing there
anyways.
like, yes, let me stand under Vedui when he jumps down. He'll land on my head and die. That. Must have built walls. It was. It's just the east. It's not that far. Not that far. And here's another quarry here. Someone built. Yeah, it's now it's going to be Alpha 19, 2 weeks if everything goes well. I am looking forward to that. It did feel that, you know, it's 7 days to die, so because it lacks it's always had a problem with endgame. It doesn't have a lot of endgame content. People who are playing endgame were usually doing it because they're building. But one downside with Alpha 17 onwards is that they were causing some problems with building in the endgame because of removing textures and blocks and everything like that. So even that one is not as super good. But this is the PvP arena, and I actually put some videos on my channel of us doing some PvP fighting here. It's all hand built by Junior in survival. This is not a creative build. Survival. It's actually catacombs and everything below as well. Let me go in, go a little bit of it. So it's set up as sort of as a two teams. One spawn here, one spawn on the diagonal, and you know, fight it out inside. And we ran a number of events in here. Yep. Ooh, okay, so you have to, okay, I some right way. Used to be. What was the exit up? Ah, here it is. Okay. This is the exit actually. This is not the entrance. So the entrance is show here on the corners where you have the two teams separate. Might be closed. Oh, closed because I haven't used it for a while. Let me go in from the back door then. So when you spawn in, we have the rooms behind, where basically behind this wall. You can see them as well. These small rooms, but you can put down your bedroll and everything. So when you die, you just respawn here, and then there's various ways in on different levels that you drop in. You can drop in here. You can drop in there. You can drop in, I think, somewhere around here as well. And there's a few ways to drop into the map. And then you fight it out with other players. and it was actually really fun. And he spent so much time at just building this, looking around all the sort of the World War One and Two style sort of trenches and everything, running around, and it's even below here.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Creator. You're a little bit soft.
I was saying Counter-Strike Global Offensive on 7 Days
Yes,
to Die.
I'm not sure whether it's played that, but it's very possible. And it's like, it's meant, and he spent a lot of time balancing it for, sort of for, to make it sort of equivalent, regardless of which one you were starting at, but not exactly the same. So they have slightly different configurations. You know, but you each have sort of your home here. So we're talking about, you know, doing capture the flag and stuff like that, and then you can sort of snipe from here or fight from here. And have the catacombs down. With where you
Yeah, but
actually
unfortunately, 7 Days to Die doesn't allow you to build those things.
do what?
It doesn't allow you to use like flags or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. And 7 Days to Die is not a very good PvP game. I mean, one of the big problems we were having was just general latency issues. Latency issues where the game just doesn't handle it very well. And that does cause problems because someone's running around and shooting, and the other person sort of, you know, just suddenly dies. Or you shoot at someone, but it doesn't register because, you know, the server thinks he's somewhere else. I mean, it's a problem for other games as well, whether it's Battlefield or Counter-Strike and stuff like that. But then, obviously, you are generally matchmaking with people relatively close. The further away they are, obviously, the more of an issue. But also, it's got to do with, you know, the tick update and everything.
Yeah, that actually is a really annoying thing about PvP games.
Yep. No, it is, because you really have to spend time. I mean, I know, because I used to play a lot of Battlefield, the 3 and 4, and you know, and they, you know, they obviously have high tick rates servers and everything, so there's a lot of updates and things like that, and servers tend to ban people who are too far away, have too high ping and everything. But 7 Days to Die, even when you have a reasonable ping, doesn't have a good tick rate, and it doesn't deal with sort of how to synchronize the client and the server properly, in a way that Counter-Strike or Battlefield actually handles it, because they each do it slightly differently, but they have a different mechanism for how they actually make sure that they do the best they can in order to make it as fair as possible.
Actually, they use something called, I don't remember the name of it. I think it was lag shooting or something it's called. Usually a client registers the shooting but sends it to the server, and server transmits it. So it actually, you don't have to like shoot in front of player to shoot him. You have to just aim for his head, and sometimes he dies a few seconds later because
yeah,
it
depends. You know, it depends on how the game wants to do it. I know Battlefield doesn't do it that way, if I remember. I think Counter-Strike might. I think Rainbow Six Siege does as well. It really depends on how they've set it up, of how they try to sort of equalize or handle the ping issue and everything. That is obviously common in these games. I know Battlefield. Fine. Battlefield, I think that basically if you have a high ping, you're more effective, basically, because the server does the hit registration as opposed to the client.
yeah, that's makes you like more invulnerable and hard to shoot.
Yep. So there are different ways of doing it, but 7 Days to Die doesn't do anything. It basically just, you know, there you are, and this is, you know, how it is, and if you don't like it, then too bad, right? Because it's not meant for PvP.
You know. Now this is a fascinating place, so it was
been a
well
really
done.
bad problem for me for past few years. Like I am usually playing from India, so on European servers I get around 150 ping, 200 ping. And from US servers I get around 200 to 250, 300 sometimes.
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten, obviously it got better, but now with the COVID situation and everything, my ping has gone down all over the place and more jitter and everything. So it's but yeah, 7 Days to Die is just not, it's not meant as a PvP PvP game. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how I look at it. I played co-op anyway, but some people love to do PvP, and you can't quite do that as well with 7 Days to Die. So I'm over
It's
here
still
on the
an
right.
early access, so let's.
It's been for 7 years. 7 years. So head to the right, to the east, Murph. So this is
Okay.
the PvE arena that we started off, and we got a bunch of things. We haven't properly painted it. I think we painted more, but then we upgraded everything to reinforced concrete as well. The idea was basically similar to what you were doing, Murph, on your side, with a slight thing in that we have walls. They're not meant to block the zombies. They're meant to help funnel the zombies. So they come in certain points, sort of like you do use your drawbridges. We're just envisioning that, you know, they'll break through here and there, because we didn't quite decide where we're going to have the entrances. But once they're in, the general way was to have no place where you can hide from the zombie or get to where the zombies generally cannot. That was the general philosophy. So if I take this building, for instance, you can run in, they can run in. You can go into this room, they can run into this room. You can get up here, and they can get up here. And you can get up on this roof, this level, but so can they. If you get up on the rooftop, that's fine. They can as well, because they can come up here. There's no slippery slope for you to hide and avoid it. Now, this was the first building I did. The rough painting was just to showcase the concept of you can have a defensible situation or place, such as here. But once you get up here, you know, they will come up here, because you generally will not be able to hold them off long enough, and then you have to move on to somewhere else. And you can go off, let's say you can jump out here, but the zombies can get to here as well. Either they jump out there, or they come up, run down again, and then they come up through the staircase here, for instance. Likewise from, I think someone has actually been doing some work here, but I haven't done here. Same thing with their small buildings and everything, where you can go in, you can shoot and everything, but the zombies will come after you. So it's meant for making the fight more fair, so that you can't actually avoid them by sort of just hiding out. I know this one probably, I know someone was standing up here one of the times, up on this small little building, because it wasn't quite intended. But yeah, I mean, that's what we want. What I wanted to accomplish, I wanted to have an arena where you shouldn't be standing up here. This is probably the worst place, because this one came after.
Yeah.
This one was made first, and then this one was made, so we would have to, you know, fix it so you can jump over, or provide a staircase up or something so zombies can get up here.
Build a
but
wall
either way-
higher so they can't jump up.
Yeah, something like that. So basically, it's keep people moving, right? You can go to a new space, that's fine, but nowhere where you can go where the zombies just cannot get because of game mechanics or whatever. So you have to keep running. You have to keep moving.
I like it.
Same up. You can get up on the battlements here, ramparts, and that's fine, but the zombies will as well. And the first ones when we did this, basically we had flagstone and wood and everything, and it just got totally massacred by the zombies, because, you know, one cop explosion and takes out all the wood, a demolisher takes out all the flagstone. It was just a big mess. But it was fun. It was a different way, and again, to accomplish what you are doing with. Hey, Cap.
Yeah, I'm here to steal some ideas. I'm not lying.
So just to make it in a
Master.
way.
A tipping event has occurred.
Wow, thank you, Cap.
If it is
30
powerful
months.
enough,
So
you
we're
will
gonna
see a
get
Vanquish
a
event within
little
100
bit of a
seconds.
showcase of
Rest in pieces.
how this works, and things spawn in. Cap, we actually did a very quick peek of your oil rig and your tanker and everything. Just a quick peek, a little bit before I catch you and make a video from it, just for the people on the street. Yep, now they're coming. So the aim is, and I'm not going to kill them. I'm just going to run around a little bit, so that, you know, you can. They can come up here. They might slow them down. They might be slow, but they will be able to get up. Then you can move around. Oh, I like it. It's huge. It's amazing. So I want to do a walkthrough with you as well, properly. And then you can run here, and they can come after you. You can do what he does. You can run up here. Oh, and now you can get stuck here. They should be coming in through the front unless they've lost me. Nope, see. Here he comes. And here the AI goes stuck a little bit, but see he comes after. I come up here. Let's say I get swarmed. I can jump out. Oh, jump out here. Now he might. No, he can't get up, but he'll probably run around and come up here. Yep. So basically, you know, keep the player moving, but keep the fight going. You can slow them down a little bit because obviously they slow down when they do these kind of jumps. So you can buy a little bit of time. If you stand still too long, you'll get too many of the zombies coming after you. You'll get cops vomiting and stuff like that, and that's when you want to move on. So you know, that's because, you know, if you're just using your guns all the time, especially well towards the end game, you end up having so much ammo. And he's like, I'm sure he's up there. I'm sure he's up there somewhere. I saw him. I saw him. But, you know, sort of help even it out a little bit and just make it fun. Make it a fun experience when you're fighting melee. Because I always love to do melee. Late game, you don't do that otherwise because you're so overpowered with your guns. And it's so dangerous. You know, on a straight fight, you know, 8 or 10, 12 zombies. You know, you just can't take them. But in a setup like this, you know, you have a chance because you can run around. You don't have to use your guns.
Create separation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to create with my base, is a way to make separation so you can take it on a couple at a time is reasonable. Once the numbers start getting up there, you can't melee. You got to take the gun out.
Exactly.
Guns are fine, but to do guns all the time gets boring.
It does. That's exactly. And then we had a small little hut here for when we were building it, just with stuff and everything. And then we had a goblin, one of our Korean friends or joinees. He actually, when we started making this one, while we were building here, we actually made some pixel art up there. Really, really nice. It's like overlooking the whole thing. I don't even know what pixel art that is, but it looks really good. I wish I was better at that. He made a couple of these ones. He had some other place on the map, but it just looks really nice. It's like, yep, I can see you.
The style looks familiar. The style looks familiar.
So thank you very much, Cap, for that 30-month sub. I do appreciate it.
He has a pixel art right across from my base too.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, that's true. He had one there too. Yeah, so he made a couple. You know, I haven't seen him around for a while. Obviously, you know, one of the challenges we have with Asia people joining is that a lot of people in Asia don't necessarily speak English very well. You see that from, you know, Chinese, Korean, Japanese gamers and everything. They don't necessarily speak English very well and don't feel comfortable. But he was in playing with us for a number of times, and you know, it's like I love this kind of thing when people do that. It's just so random because we're doing this and we're looking up. And it's like, hey, it's like a big pixel art thing there. Oh, it's really nice. It's really nice. So let's see here. What else do we have? So, anyone else built anything that I haven't passed by? Did anyone build to the south in the snow biome? Do you know?
Was it land what the heck was his name? He built this small little base, but I don't know if he got it completed. It was a small little melee place. He actually has one in the burnt shame on me for forgetting his name.
Landstrider?
Landstrider, thank you. He built one in the wasteland, which is a little base. It's a little cross.
Mm-hmm.
And he has one in the south, which is in the snow biome. But the one in the snow biome I'm not familiar with. The one in the wasteland I am. Burnt biome in English. You wouldn't know that was my first language.
Most people tend to build in the forest or as sort of the corners and everything. And it's one of the things that, again, for those of you who didn't see the stream, is that they are, if you look at, I don't think I can zoom out anymore. So the way the maps were in Alpha 18 were, you know, you got sort of 20% of each. You got a 20% slice of forest, you got 20% slice of snow, you got a 20% desert, burnt forest, and then you have the 20% of the wasteland. Apparently, they're making the forest one bigger. They know that people like to go there, and then sort of made it more dangerous but better loot and more of a challenge to go into desert or wasteland and stuff like that. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But that's their ambition, I believe, and I think that's needed. And I've always been saying that for a long time. It's like wasteland is there, but no one goes there unless you really have to, because you might as well just go to city in the forest biome or a snow biome or maybe desert. But why would you go to wasteland? Because the loot is exactly the same. It's not better. You have the mines, so unless you have a real reason for going to the wasteland, you just wouldn't go there. App.
I posted 3. I only meant to do 2.
Yep.
Both of them is for Lantern Strider.
Oh, okay.
The burnt biome and the snow one. I don't know if he's completed
I passed
that one.
by. I passed by that one earlier on, actually.
Okay.
Yep. So that was nice.
Okay.
Up in this super fun. Let's head over there.
Which one are you going to?
To the wasteland one.
Wasteland? Okay. Yeah, that one's good because you may possibly still have the burning barrels out. You used to leave them out all the time. So
Oh,
there
for
was
screamers?
always zombies there. Yeah.
I can go. Just come. Ooh. Ground. One thing I missed from when we were doing Alpha 17, we had a lot more mods. One thing I really missed there was this a special forces helicopter. It was actually really a helicopter. One of the Manox's vehicle mod, I believe it was. And it has special forces helicopter, which was beyond the fact that it could hold like 6 players or something, which was cool, obviously. It was also really nice and fast, so you could actually travel around a little bit faster. Gyrocopter obviously is not too bad. For those of you who don't know, the gyrocopter is actually the fastest vehicle in the game. At, I believe, speed of 15 meters per second. I believe the motorcycle is at 13 or 14.
I believe it's... They're all spaced within one. Gyrocopter, motorcycle, and truck.
Those 14, yeah, correct. And then you have the truck, yeah. So, and the fact that you can actually fly, fly straight, obviously it makes it faster than driving somewhere else. Hey, Joe the Frogman, how you doing on Mixer? Nice, thank you very much. 15, yes. So Joe the Frogman is agreeing that it's 15 for the gyrocopter. So some people before were telling me it's like, no, the motorcycle is the fastest one. And it's like, no, actually, I even went to check in the configs. It just feels
it actually
slow
lists
because
the
you're so
stats on the vehicle. If you go into the circle information thing, it'll tell you the speed per second. It says meters per second, I think.
Yep. I was about to hit E to exit and check it, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. I've done that. I was out up in the wasteland here. You can see on my map, I was flying here, and when I hit here somewhere, I actually accidentally, and I was like on the wasteland, and I was quite high up. I actually hit E, and I exited my gyrocopter. I managed to reflexively look up and like hitting E again, and I managed to get back into it before I fell out of it.
You did grab it.
Yeah, so it's like,
nice.
Phew, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fly that high because it was like, 50, 60 blocks up because I tend to fly really high. And it's like, yeah, that's not a good idea in the wasteland, that I didn't have another vehicle either. But yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that fortunate when I jumped out of mine. I tried to. I looked straight up, but somehow or another we became too far separated.
Yeah, I did that on one stream when I was playing Alpha 17 with a Special Forces helicopter. It's like flying out to a base and everything, and I actually left, and it's like, shit. It's like you can watch yourself falling down to the ground and you hear that crunch. It's like, yep, dead. Totally dead. So Yoja Frogman said he did his first motorbike with the co-op player. Yes, I liked the motorcycle. It's really nice to drive around with. The Jeep, I guess the problem I have with the Jeep is that you get it fairly late. It's not as fast as the motorcycle, which is, I guess, makes sense. It does have more storage, but it's motorcycle is still, it's preferred. But if I can, then I just use the gyrocopter traveling because you can just, go straight. Don't have to drive on the roads. But if it's sort of locally, then I always use the the motorcycle. I very rarely use the Jeep. I wish that it made such that the Jeep is better at running over and killing zombies. But it's sort of you can keep running into them over and over again until they die, and that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, the Jeep's a little bit difficult, unfortunately. It doesn't traverse difficult terrain that well. It will do it, but it's too much of a struggle. That in the front, constantly dinging the ground gets annoying quick. I just
It is, and it was one of the things that people complained about as well. Well, actually, and I agree. If you look at the model, it's got this plow kind of thing, inverted plow. So it's sort of like you look at it and go like, this would be the dumbest thing ever to be driving off-road, because it's gonna catch on something. It's gonna flip the vehicle over, because it's not like a snow plow that sort of pushes it around. It's literally like teeth digging down into the ground, which that would not be a good
exactly.
design.
It doesn't catch on some things. It catches on everything.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I know they did a little bit like to get rid of so you don't get stuck on the yucca and stuff like that, because you pass through anyway. But it's just the Jeep is so much more efficient to travel around with.
I like it for the capacity. I always carry it with me when I overloot because I can't stop myself from looting. I have a problem.
Yep. Well, how that goes.
So I'm glad to see that they are, with that discussion that the Fun Pimps had last night, with their stream, that they are discussing more creative ways to make inventory management a little less cumbersome.
Yep.
So without removing the survival aspect to it. So
this is
it's
quite a big
you gotta
base
try
here,
to
actually. Just reaching it right as I'm almost running out of Devil's Plate.
Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit behind you.
Yep, Landstrider. Oh, exactly. He's got his name. Perfect, Landstrider. Thank you very much for having your name on it. Oh yeah, he has the barrels out all the time. Yep.
Did you make it to Blame's Pyramid? Over by Cap's base, Blame has a pyramid.
I don't think I necessarily did, actually.
Yeah,
I saw.
I made a pyramid almost dead west of Caps, a little bit north
I
of
might
the
have missed
west.
it because I went. Yeah, I might have right skimmed by it instead.
He went through great pains to make the zombies enter through the tip of the pyramid. It was quite a feat to get the pathing for that, because they just did not want to do that.
Oh, so he uses.
So basically, he wanted the entrance at the tip of the pyramid, but then he wanted a fall trap to go to bedrock, and they didn't want to do that. They just wanted to burrow. They wanted to dig.
Yeah.
The early stages of that, that's exactly what they did. Is they just came to the pyramid and dug straight down.
I'm looking to. Is this a horde base or is it a main base kind of thing?
It's a horde base, yeah. Yep.
Horde base, okay.
Horde base, screamer base. Can you hear? Does he still have the flaming barrels out there?
Oh yeah, they're all out. Yeah.
All right, nice. You'll get plenty of activity then.
Nice. I didn't even know how it works, but
I like it too. He put the spruce trees out there. That's why I have them lined along my property. From the air, the spruce trees make great landing pad beacons.
Yep, because they're so different. Oh yeah, he's got this path here, right? Put down.
That's one of the things actually I wish I had thought of last night. I would have liked to have asked the Fun Pimps was the spawning distance of buildings player-made
Oh.
buildings. I'll have to remember that next time.
Yeah, because it was on one of those.
That's
It was on one of the
That's the-
pictures that he had, right? Where it looked
Yeah,
like the view distance was fairly long. Maybe it was just, someone was telling me mechanical lens that, oh yeah, here they come. That was telling me that it's right at the edge. All right, Cap.
Yeah, it would
Yes.
make sense.
Have a wonderful dinner, Cap. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for that 30-month sub. He's the oldest sub, I believe, on my channel, my Twitch channel. Appreciate it. Conan also sponsors our Conan server. Conan house.
So you inside. Why am I stuck? Alright. Oh, what he did here, which is kind of unique, if you can see me coming towards you from behind you here, is he has these garage doors, but he puts barbed wire underneath it.
Correct.
And
That's
that
our references
causes you
Yep.
really slow.
I did.
New to me.
I made a video, one of the videos that I captured. So I know people have been doing that. What I did, I did a second layer. So I had one layer like that. I should Cap, yeah. So I did a second layer. So I had, because I wanted to make a base that basically had multiple functions. I called it multifunctional dual purpose base. So I had I had a path would basically slow them down like this. But then on top, I had a second layer where if you wanted them to get in faster, you basically could flip another switch and you had one more above, so that they can actually run faster, because I had a kill pit in front. And if you want to basically farm zombies, then you want them to come in and die as fast as possible. So I basically allowed you to either slow them down if you want to shoot them, or if you want them just to run into the pit and die, and skewer them with dart traps, then you can do that as well. So, and that's sort of let you sort of, do you want to be active when you're killing them, or you want to be passive? Up to you. I wonder if that's something, one of the exploits that they fixed. I like that it's color coded. It's a lot of like white, red, blue, and green. Nice. Yes, do they end up down here as well? Oh yeah, there's a big pit here.
Yep. Big pit, and then it allows them to come back out. So you can activate, deactivate those. The little tunnel system down here with more, basically, I forget why am I forgetting names? What are these things called again?
Blade traps.
Blade traps. Okay, it was that simple.
Okay,
Blade traps.
right, and then they come back here. Well, so you see at the top, it's like, yeah, that's big, and then you look on below, it's like, oh, that's even bigger. And then they come out again and everything. Yep.
And if you need to get on top, you actually put these these pieces of wood here. You can run up on the side, on the outside.
Also,
kind of
that's
neat
what
right
these
here.
were for.
See these things here?
Oh, that's cool. I've failed running. Do you jump or you just?
I just do the W and S D key from this angle, and it keeps you there. Oh yeah. Now all of a sudden I can't do it. You broke it.
Alright, sorry.
I'm trying to fix it.
I just jumped up here. It's like, yeah, whatever. Get up here. Okay, so that was an innovative way of doing it, except I can't get it to work. But yeah.
Well, that was
Yes,
this is for
Frogman.
people that didn't
Door,
have
and then it's like a
parkour.
fall down as well. That's nice.
I hear the dog grumbling. Where's the doggy?
Doggy. Oh yeah, and you got a flaming spear.
Yeah, I went back to the bay. I threw my other one and I couldn't find it. Yet another spear gone.
Get another spear. I think so.
Yeah.
During the stream, I know they mentioned something about having an icon. I'm not sure whether they meant that there will be an icon for spear you throw. They might.
That would be nice.
I didn't quite catch that because I was distracted by my kids. I was sort of half here. But I think they were mentioning something that, at least at the time, it struck me that maybe they mean that you throw your spear and everything, it'll actually give you an icon so you can see where it is. That would definitely be useful.
Doubles. Oh yeah,
Here
the
we go.
screamer now.
Hey, let's
Yeah,
get
definitely would be nice because I'm a dummy that. They're saying they're actually going to improve the spear, so that'll be pretty decent.
Come here. Oh. Got on the butt.
Are you inside or outside?
I'm inside. I'm inside.
Inside? Alright, I'll go inside.
Got her in the butt. Those. Oh, behind you! Behind you! I like screamer bases. You know, it's if you have a base that allows you to make a streamer base would be good. You see all the streamers coming in and you kill them, or screamers. It actually, to me, it's like it's that horde on demand fun that you sort of can make to test out your base and just have some fun when you're, because I had that on my base when I was building. You know, you do this building, you do some decoration, and you go like, and I've been doing this for 2-3 hours. I've done my mining. It's like I want some action, but I don't want to go out and clear another POI because I have to drive off so fast, and the Blood Moon Horde is another 3 hours away. Then you go like, yeah, let's just start a Screamer Horde and have some fun killing them and everything, and get that pieces of old drawer. Always got all these.
Definitely the fun time on demand is definitely a nice touch.
Yep. And he's locked all these things. What a. I'm like.
Well, this one's unlocked. Want an engine, 40 barrels, night vision goggles.
No. I want some bandages.
Oh, you want some bandages? Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay.
Right there.
Nope. I always run out. I don't bring enough. I brought a lot of pipe bombs though. But not enough bandages. Yeah, so I like it. I really like that. Oh, it's got a vending machine. Oh. Hobo stew. I have a lot of those as well. Usually it's my people. Oh, he's got a lot of ammo here. He's like, yep, I'm gonna be selling these ones. He's just keeping them. Well, that's a good way to store. Actually, that's a pretty good way to store it.
Here's your first aid bandages over here.
Nice.
I did not realize he was doing that here.
Oh, they're so cheap. Ooh.
Nice.
I didn't realize that either. So Joe the Frogman is asking if this is a sub server. So this is not a sub. It's a community server. So you don't even have to be a subscriber. You don't have to pay anything. Whatever. It's open. I used to have it only open for Twitch subscribers previously, or Patreon members. But then I thought I got it sponsored by Pink Perfect, so I got a better server. And I thought, let me see how it is if I just open up a little bit wider. So people who are members of the Beta community on my Discord can get whitelisted and everything. And some of them obviously will support, will subscribe and stuff like that anyway, or support on Patreon. But people don't have to, as long as people are nice and don't grief. It is a PvE, then people are welcome. So if you join me on my Discord, then you're absolutely welcome to get whitelisted. The more nice people, the better, because 7 Days to Die is the kind of game that if you have people to play with, it's a very different experience than doing a single player. Single player, it's all right, but I think it really does shine in the multiplayer co-op kind of variety. I've always
I have to agree with that.
Because it's sort of like, especially if you sort of like start out together and you sort of progress together as well. If you join a game and go like, okay, these people have their own bases, I'm going to join them, then it's not as fun until you've sort of progressed a bit yourself and started getting safe and started getting your base. But you can do that even on multiplayer base. I mean, we have a bunch of people who started when we started initially. We built up our bases and everything, and then we have other people who came afterwards, and they started doing their own things from the start as well, and progressed up. And now look at all the stuff they have. Karume Tokisaki, welcome YouTube. You are welcome to play on the server. Join my Discord, and you can definitely get whitelisted. Not during the stream, but after the stream. If you type !Discord, figure it. Just join my Discord. People can get whitelisted. It's a PvE server. Never mind that it's the day 31 because that doesn't really matter. I mean, a bunch of people have bases, and some people active, some people less active. But you know, again, that doesn't matter either. I mean, it's that's one of the things I like about that they've done is that everyone's. Oh, you're not even in the party anymore. Everyone's challenge rating for their gameplay is based on their own game state, and you are much higher level than I am actually. So Murph has a game stage of 1020, mine is 635. If you start out, you'll be game stage 1, which means that your zombies will be beginner zombies. I'll get hard ones, and Murph will get even harder ones, but it's going to be individual, so it doesn't really matter that people have been playing before on the server.
Yep, I didn't join until day 1700, and so don't let the day number discourage you from joining.
Exactly right. I mean, yes, you might have people come around, and you see they have big, what's the one? That have big bases, but so what? I mean, that's all right. Join them or don't join them. Do your own things. Whatever. Just it's having fun. Ooh, headshot. So yes, check out if you know my all my videos on YouTube has my Discord link. If you're on Twitch, I think my Discord link will be there as well. Yeah, just join in. And there'll be a board, and that will tell you how to join. And Joe the Frogman said he's not nice. Well, you don't have to be nice. You just have to be not a griefer. As long as you don't grief, we're good.
Yeah, don't be a bully.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit harder to grief on a PvE server, but it is possible because there's so many bugs. So, you know, we ask everyone, play nice. You know, want to play with other people, do that. If you want to play more yourself, do that as well. Just be not a bad person. And don't kill me too much. Also works. Murph has killed me.
At least the sky.
Murph is one of the few people
skies are very well.
Me. Oh, I'll take it. You picked it up, damn it.
Yeah, you don't mess with my spear or my coffee.
The spear or the coffee. Let's see what else I have here. Anyone built anything up in the wasteland? Off?
No, desert. The only place would be the pyramid. Unfortunately, that's Blame's base. It's on the other side of the map, back towards where Cap is.
Yeah, that's just where I was, so all the way down there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fly I covered at least fly by a bunch of them. I mean, you had your base and other up there. So Joe the Frogman is asking if I've played Nitrogen Black. I haven't myself. I know a lot of people have. For Alpha 19, I for my community server, I am strongly leaning towards doing a Nitrogen map to get a better map. Because
I like the Nitrogen map. I came from a Nitrogen map.
Yeah,
of course, I did the single player 16 by 16, and it's good. You should definitely. I mean, the good thing about it is, you can look at it obviously after you generate it and play around with it. But a little bit more manipulation. It takes a little bit to get used to the tools, because of what you can. There are limits if you go to the extremes. It'll be interesting to see how it handles Alpha 19 and where the development is. I actually haven't had a chance to see where they're at lately, but it's a very nice tool. It's a lot better than the map generator from 7 Days to Die.
People have been saying that they'll generate like a nitrogen map in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something that can take an hour or something in the vanilla game and everything. So it's much better, and it has a lot of options to and everything. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the strong preferences I have, is to do a nitrogen map. And Kurumi is asking if it's PvE. Yes, it is PvE. It's not PvP. PvE only. So we help each other. Hey, ma'am. So it's oh, there they are. I'm not a huge fan of PvP and this kind of thing. I like it when it's PvE. People help each other, and usual works a lot better. Did he have any antibiotic inside him? We do have a PvP area that I just showed off for people, you know, when we did some events and everything, but that was specifically for a PvP event, but otherwise it's, oh yes, antibiotics. Try to.
Ooh, where did they all come from?
She screamed. Yeah, and I like that he has got antibiotics and stuff. Oh, that's right. Nice. You got a fan club. You're more popular than I am. Must be because you look more handsome. Right, how about you now that there's so many, you in and we fight them from here? Oh yeah, see they're running in here. There now. Ooh, headshot. Now the reason I like the Magnum is that if you have it properly teched up, you actually do penetration even with the regular bullets.
You do lose a little bit of power with the regular bullets, though.
Yeah, you do, but it means you don't have
That's
to keep
not, yeah, but you still get the penetration, though. Yeah.
Correct. You don't have to keep making the AP bullets, which obviously cost more. I like that you can sort of stand here in the middle and just sort of burn a little bit. Oh, he's going for you. It's like, no, I know he's behind you. Ooh. Nice. I like the concept. Wait, what's that? Oh.
More
I
friends.
just flicker.
You can have those ones. I was gonna say this place was actually generating them rather slowly, but this is living up to it.
Yep.
Unless this is
as
viewer
you don't-
spawns.
No, it's not. So as long as you don't kill the screamers, it's even better because then they keep screaming. I think it's up to like 3 times or something.
Yeah.
And you get more and more and more. Because once you start getting a screamer train, you can actually get tons of zombies because they sort of just... Are you outside? You must be outside because I see them. They're running up
Yeah.
to the west. They're like, there's
Oh,
something out
Can I
there.
bring them back to you? I'll bring them
There's
to you.
Yeah, burning barrels are good for heat. And he's got tons of them as well. Good setup. These ones are digging. Boost. And the good thing is that the screamer is a little bit smaller, so even if you're shooting, then if you're shooting with the right height, then it'll just go over. Oh yeah, I just love the Magnum. Magnum is really one of my favorite weapons when you're doing like this because you can use minimum amount of ammo for maximum amount of mayhem. Oh, 3 of them in a row. Nice. Really nice. Ooh, I think. Yep, see. Behind. Oh, yeah. And then you get those extra damage buff as well on the 3rd shot. I see, yeah, that's good. Oh, she's stuck here. She's like, I don't know where to go. Some of them do get confused. I do wonder how
It's
they're going
not
to
going back the wrong way.
Yeah. It could also be because we're moving around, or I'm moving around, because it does change sort of their pathing a little bit. Because they might, another area could be slightly closer, and they go like, no, if I go here, it's better. So Joe the Frogman is saying it drives him crazy that a lot of things are hidden behind the crucible. So I don't even remember what's hidden behind the crucible. What does the crucible require? What's required of crucible? I always felt that for Alpha 18 that there was not a lot of things that crucible was hiding behind. But that could be because of what I craft as well. Like just crafting different things. Let's see. Possible. Like okay, you're talking about the steel. Okay, got it. I haven't even done all of these ones. Okay, yeah, if you want to do steel, yes, it's... Wow, that's a lot of them here. It used to be worse though, Joe. If you played Alpha 15 and 16, I remember you had the Crucible, you had just getting the Forge book was a big pain. I do like that they've changed things around in Alpha, especially Alpha 18, so that everything can be unlocked either through finding it or from experience and leveling up in it. That was actually a huge change in Alpha 18 that I really approve of. Because when I started playing back in Alpha, what was 11 or something? It was a huge problem that you were looking for the Forge book, for instance, and if you didn't get it, then too bad. You were looking for mini bikes for dummies, and some people basically, their day 150 or 200 before they found a mini bike, and it was just frustrating because it made it so difficult and so slow to move around. And that one is dead. You could easily do a whole horde here without any issue at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you mean, Joe. They have. I think some of that balancing might have to be done. I know they've sort of pushed some of the ones, and I think that for Crucible is probably the only thing that is really high level on a perk tree that is really important. If you're looking at, see the rest of my skills, perception, there's nothing that is really needed that requires you to have 10. Strength, same thing. There's nothing that really requires you to have 10. Fortitude, same thing. It's some of these things are obviously good, but nothing that really is important. Agility, neither. But intellect does restrict you to quite a bit more than these other ones. And that's the funny thing, because intellect is fairly useless beyond crafting and building as well, unless you're using turrets and electrical stuff. So yeah, I see what you mean, and I think that would. One thing I wish they would do is something you see in some other games as well, and not necessarily because they do it in other games, but I would like to have a mid and end game version of the Forge that gave you more iron or steel than you get from just a regular Forge. Because when we stop playing the game, you craft your Forge, which is just a regular stone type of kiln or whatever you want to call it. But then later game we make electricity items, we make turrets, we make gyrocopter, but I'm still stuck with using that really primitive Forge. It would be nice to have sort of a industrial Forge or a higher level type of technology that allows you to, instead of getting 1 per iron, maybe you get 2 per iron, right? Or 3 per iron, so that you don't have to spend as much time hunting for resources, but you're using up your gasoline or whatever else instead as a trade-off, right? Because you're sort of teching up. That's one thing that I think would help with the sense of progression that we don't really have right now. And that's something that we touched on just a moment ago, is that the whole progression game is lacking once you get into mid and high game stage. There just isn't enough progression. Oh, not game stage, game level or game day or whatever. Once you're getting to the mid game, once you're getting to the late game, there isn't very much actually that can be done. I mean, you sit in your base, you build cooler bases, but there's nothing else you can make. and you get there fairly quickly. There just isn't any higher tech level, and I wish they would work on that to give a situation where you play the game, you're still starting out where you're looking for food and everything. You're trying to keep safe over the night towards where you're getting a little bit safer. You're having a simple base. Your food situation is a little bit better sorted out towards where you got your concrete walls. You have a small farm plot set up with your food and everything, so you're pretty all right with that. But you're still exploring because you're still trying to tech up. You're trying to learn more. You're trying to experience more, and then late game where you you have your castle, but you have your food situation sorted out, and then what do? You have to have something that can keep you progressing in the game without it being simply harder zombies, which is all that we really have in 7 Days today. Well, even the past couple of versions. You have the radiated zombies, but beyond that, there's nothing out there. People build cooler bases, which is really nice. I like it. But that's not a goal itself. That's not a game goal. That's not an end goal in itself. And I think that
they need something that raises the game progression
exactly.
at the end.
And I think that missions, community building, NPCs, bandits, building your NPC community, trade paths, better technology, stuff like that. I think that that's the kind of thing that can help people extend the sort of the late game more than, because right now you hit late game, you're good. You're sort of like, a lot of people they hit mid game, they hit late mid game, and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to restart because there's no challenge and nothing left to accomplish. But I have my forge, I have my workbench, I have my chemistry station, I've made my gyrocopter. That's it. There's literally nothing else to craft, right? Some traps, yeah, but I made those, like nothing else. There isn't anything to strive for. There isn't anything that makes you go like, okay, I need to get special resources. I need to get extra stuff to get this cool moon rocket. Well, actually, you don't want to have the moon rocket, but you get the point, right? Of having technology or having something that allows you to progress for a reason. So I really think that's needed. I really think that's needed. I like.
Yeah, you said moon rocket. I thought you knew something I didn't know.
It's a screamer. I like that he's used these poles, the lampposts. These are ones I loved using these ones back in Alpha 13 and 14 because they have. Well, you ran out of power. Unless they're. Are they motion sensor lit? I don't know. So these are the lampposts. I used them a lot in. Turn off when I was going to show the nice light cone. But anyway, so I used them back in 12, 13, 14, or whatever, because they have this really nice large cone of light that you saw previously before it turned off. It's on, but power probably. And can I?
Oh my! Look at them all.
Oh, it's all solar power. That's why the battery bank probably can't. Wow, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, it is.
This is how you make your own horde, right? This is how you make your own horde. Yes, more late game stuff. All the zombies are hitting performance. And someone also someone got to pay electricity bill. Yes, I think so. And someone else mentioned about performance. So hopefully performance. Wow, that's a perfect time. What?
Speaking about performance, I'm down to 30 frames.
I know. I can finally make use of my pipe bombs. Yes, I brought them all the way here. Yes. And here as well.
Oh my.
Like, even with all these pipe bombs, it's... Oh, I have some contact grenades. Let me take them. Wow, my frames are so... I think the pathing... And that's one of the problems. Wow. So my what, 13,000? 22,000 experience. 24. 30,000. 36,000.
Ow.
You get hit. I got 36,000 there before the experience reset. So I was going to say something. Not really sure what I was saying. Level up! Yes, perfect. I was going to say something really clever and then I got distracted.
Oh, do you want to share experience points?
Already up. Oh. I was going to say something really clever. I mean, I'll remember.
Yeah, you should have said something. I'm a little slow sometimes.
So am I. Oh, that's good. I like it. Oh, no. Okay, now I know what I was going to say. So, as you're getting the... So, because of this build, it's a very complex build for the zombies. So, they have to come in here. They have to run around here. They have to run there. They have to run here. And then they're going to run down. And then they run up. So, this build is actually fairly complex from a zombie pathfinding standpoint. Simply because it has fairly long paths that all the zombies have to explore. So performance goes down a fair bit actually. Once we got a bunch of these zombies, my FPS was down now to 18, 17, 16, whatever. It's still far lower than it is without the zombies. So this,
Yeah,
nice.
even right, it's... They'll hopefully optimize this a little bit more in the coming time, because even having a high-end graphics card, you're gonna lag on this.
You will. I mean, I have a 1080 Ti. When I'm streaming as well, which does hurt as well.
Hurt.
But the big problem here is all the pathfinding. The pathfinding is extremely expensive for the game to handle. So when the game is pathfinding this one, because there's a lot of zombies and there's a lot of complexity, it means that it's sucking your CPU, and which obviously hurts your performance. And it's because they're having this really complex, clever AI, which is literally trying to path through a maze in order to get to you. And I really wish they would remove that. I mean, I've covered that in some videos before, and I really wish that they would remove it. For just normal Blood Moon hordes or Scream hordes like this, because it hurts performance. So you can have a lot less zombies. Plus, it just makes it really weird. Where you could imagine if this was a realistic, and people always get irritated when I say realistic. They're like, "Well, this is a zombie game. What do you mean realistic? Are you dumb?" So when I talk about realistic, I talk about within the genre of being a zombie game. So you can imagine having a zombie horde coming here. And what should happen when they reach at the frontier? What should happen? Well, they should probably be bashing all this stuff here, because they see you, they know you're there, and they're trying to get to you. But that's not what the 7 Days to Die zombies do anymore. They want to path all the way around here and path all the way down here, because they think if I run here, I can get to the player. And then they fall down and they go like, I didn't get to the player. So, but I know that if I walk all the way around, I climb up the ladders, and then I run out and around again, and I reach the same place, and I keep doing the same thing again. The zombie knows that, but it doesn't make sense from a zombie. I mean, a human being might do that if they actually had the layout and everything. But the zombie shouldn't do that. The zombie should run up here and they should go like, well, I can't reach you, so I'm just going to bash everything that is there. They shouldn't be continuing. I mean, they're basically continuing on a path that leads away from the player. I mean, what kind of zombie is that? Sorry, that's not a realistic zombie from a zombie type of standpoint. There are very few zombies that would do that in any movies or games that have zombies, right? Because, you know, that's not how zombies traditionally, or even non-traditionally, actually do it. And
Need to figure out how to make mindless, intelligent zombies.
yep, they were pretty good. If you look back at Alpha 16, they were actually pretty good. They would run as close to you as possible, so they still knew a little bit of what was close to you. But once they reached there, they would basically just bash it. They had a problem with you being above or below you. That was one issue. But so does Alpha 18. So, that's not a huge change anyway. But yeah, I mean, now they have they still have problem with you being above and below. And see, like this one. He's like, yes, I'm gonna get you there. And then he got murdered. But not like this. He's like, no, I know. If I continue running there, then I can run on this other side of this concrete wall that I can't see. I'll be able to get to the player. And then, of course, it can't, because it tries to path across these slippery slopes and falls down. So they say the AI is just too smart and too dumb at the same time. People have said that. I've said that in the past. I've said, I want the zombies to be dumber. And then I say, well, and the zombies are acting really smart, which is really dumb. And then people get frustrated in some of my comments on my videos. They say, can you make up your mind? Are they smart or are they dumb? You want them to be smart or you want them to be dumb? I keep telling that they're actually both. They're really smart because they can path through a maze better than a rat. But they're really dumb because when they do that, they basically end up in nowhere. And they basically loop, which is really dumb. So they're both smart and dumb at the same time, and that's what's causing a lot of problems for the AI, because it sucks performance and it makes base building really weird. I mean, if you like to make funny bases, it's fine, because you can really make really fun and interesting bases that you sort of direct the zombies left and right, up and down and wherever, just like Landstrider has done here. But it's not a very realistic way to build. I mean, if you were in a zombie apocalypse, would you build a base like this? It would probably not be your first choice for having a safe base. But in 7 Days to Die, this is like, yep, sorry, this is super, super, super safe. This literally, I mean, you could run this for probably, you could have a Blood Moon Horde for a week straight, and they would not be able to get through.
You could defend this with a crossbow.
You wouldn't even have to defend it. You could literally just, if you had better walls here, I don't know if they'll path as well if you're up here. They might or might not. But as long as you don't show your face, you could sit here the whole time and they'll just loop around. Whether you have traps or not, wouldn't really make a difference. Cops might explode eventually. But that's about it. Nothing else would happen. They would never be able to get through. They could be, hundreds of zombies at a time, and they wouldn't really be able to do anything because they'll keep looping. I mean, if you have thousands and thousands of zombies, then they would maybe stack up eventually. But until then, there's nothing would happen, and that's not a very good way for a game to handle zombies in general, because it has this really weird feeling. We have super smart zombies that are super dumb because they loop around and around and around and around. So yeah. So, it's getting to be 2:30 a.m. here for me in Singapore, so I'm going to start to wind down a little bit here. Any other things that people want to discuss? I'm going to take the time to fly back towards my base, so we have a little bit more time to discuss and bring up any other Now my stuff here. Yes. So what else do you guys wanna talk about for Alpha 19? Anything cool or anything out of the ordinary that anyone has caught from this stream that the Fun Pimps did yesterday? Murph, you saw it, right? Or some of it?
Yeah, I was, multitasking as I'm guilty of when I'm watching streams, but I did catch most of it.
Yep. Anything out of the ordinary or something that surprised you that came up in your view?
They're paying a little bit more attention to the looting aspect of it, and that they were talking about improving the tiering of the weapons, meaning as where you are in the game stage as to what you'll be finding as far as loot. They were going to have another guy come on. I was trying to think of his name. He's going to talk more about hopefully the POIs and stuff like that, and the pathing. So I think that'll be an interesting conversation.
Yep.
I believe that gentleman's coming on Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. I know Wednesday. I think Friday is going to be next Friday. Madmol is going to be there. I think that was Friday, right?
Is actually, yeah, he's going to actually be streaming the game, and there'll be less Q&A.
Q&A, yeah, just
Q&A, I should say,
playing, showing
and
off,
more playing, yeah.
Yep. One thing
but
that
at the top of my head, I don't have anything.
One thing that I saw when he was showing off the auto shotgun, and it was a little bit funny that, for one, he had an auto shotgun without any mods. All right, fine. And then Richard had him spawn in 25 radiated soldier zombies. That took forever to kill because the shotgun is the worst weapon against armored zombies. Because,
for the armor, penetration, yep.
Exactly, because shotgun shells is really bad against armor because they add extra armor, or they double it, right, or whatever it is. So they basically take even less damage. I think normally they have like 20 or 30% armor, and I think that's something up to 50-60% with shotgun shells, normal shotgun shells. And they're radiated, so they're also healing at the same time. And I'm like thinking, it's like, come on, it's like, you should have taken like 25 feral cheerleaders or nurses or whatever, because at least they'll be able to mow them down and show the power. Now you're like, just shooting. I'm like, that doesn't really make it seem like it's a really good weapon. It's got 15 ammo in the mag, but it's like, I love the drum mag. But yeah, it just didn't give that, that feeling of, yes, I have the power. So it was kind of a weird choice. Like, it was like not even planned.
What they should do, I think, is give the slugs the armor piercing effect. I think that would help. You get the buckshot, which is the most powerful because it's 20 pellets.
They're supposed to have, and I don't think they fixed that in Alpha 18.4. So it's one of the things that I saw when they launched 18.4. I think they mentioned that armored slugs are supposed to be armor piercing. However, then I did some testing of this, and
they're brutal.
And it's not working properly. I was literally shooting through zombies using the regular shells. That wasn't happening when I was using the slugs. So I don't know what they did, but they seems to have mangled something there, which was like, yes, exactly what you're saying. It should be that the slug should be penetrating, and the normal one should not. But it was opposite, and it wasn't consistent, so it wasn't really working very well. Because I know back in like Alpha 17 or 16 maybe, a lot of people were using the slugs on the, I think maybe it was 16, maybe it was even before 16. A lot of people were using the slugs as a single shot because it was really powerful. And you can imagine that also being the case in Alpha 18 or maybe 19, but only if they work properly. Otherwise, it's sort of like, it doesn't really help you.
Well, I got all excited. I was finally able to craft them. I made like 500 slugs, and then immediately gave them away. I was like, these things are useless.
Yeah, because they don't work properly.
The person I gave them to, was all excited. He was getting them, and I warned him, and I don't think he used 20 of them, and he gave up on them too.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be armor piercing, but then they're not, and it's like, yeah, what's the point?
They're not, no. Yep.
But they're meant for it, and I think I have it. Let me get down to my crafting area. Let's see. Caution.
I know they
like this
have the breaching shells, which
Those are really good.
I
All those are
actually-
awesome. I love these ones.
Are
That
they
goes-
actually?
They're really good. You basically most chests and everything you one shot. Oh, sorry, safes you like one shot or two shot. If you have those really hard,
is it
ones,
really?
like 2 or 3 or something, they're really effective. So when I go looting, I normally always have the breaching shells. So
Oh, that's
if you look
interesting. I
at,
didn't even
yeah, no, they're
didn't even
really
give that a
effective.
chance. Seemed
so
like
I'm looking-
gimmicky to me, so I
Oh no,
missed
they're
out.
really useful. It's like don't worry about beating down the safe with the sledgehammer or the pickaxe or the auger or lockpicks. You just use the breaching ammo, just bam bam and done. You can open it. So shotgun is they even renamed them to say shotgun AP slug, and it's supposed to be range damage 120 if that's fine. 1 pallet, minus 20 armor compared to the other one that has plus 40% armor. Target penetration 2, so it's better than even normal. The normal has a target penetration of 1, so it's even supposed to be better penetration than normal armor piercing. But it doesn't work properly. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
No, it
doesn't
doesn't.
work that way. No.
And it's supposed to, but I think they messed something up, which is really unfortunate because you could imagine exactly that. You have the normal shotgun shell against the normal zombies, and then when you get the when you get the like the not the radiator but the soldier ones or the demolisher, you switch into your slugs and you mow them down. But that's not how it works at all. It's like useless. But the breaching ones are really good. So Daniel Durant said they should have Dragon's Breath shells. So I don't know what those are. Are those basically incendiary? Plus, if so, yes, I agree. And I think that's something that the game would probably benefit from additional lore or whatever around it, where you could use incendiary, you could use maybe anti-radiation slugs that basically removes the radiation stuff instead of just a mod on the weapon. Maybe not even acid, but acid could be cool as well. Something that could make sense. Incendiary definitely would make sense. And for the weapons or the ammo types that would actually support it, because you might go like, well, that's very fantasy to have flame ammo, but you do have incendiary rounds. I mean, it is something that is actually being used. Right now, Molotovs or flame arrows are the few ways of doing it, but you don't really have that once you get to guns. You no longer have the flame capability. And it would be nice. I would love to have incendiary. Even acid, maybe it just blinds them for 10 seconds or something. Whatever. Or just makes them lose your scent or something. Something that sort of gives a bit more depth to how you're dealing with the zombies as opposed to simply just killing them outright with just blunt power. So yeah, this is Alpha 18 still. Alpha 19 hopefully coming on the 26th for the stream team. So I will, if it's coming out as so the days before, they said that probably by Monday, Tuesday on the same week, which means on the 21st, 22nd, they will be able to tell us whether it's confirmed or not. People can plan. And if that is the case, then I will be definitely streaming on the 27th, which is the Saturday, at around 11 a.m. EST, which is about 4 p.m. Central European time. I probably will not be streaming on the 26th because by the time it's released on the 26th, I'm probably sleeping unless they do it in the morning. I think last time, well, it depends on what time they do. I could maybe do a very short stream, but I don't know. But definitely on Saturday. Friday, I don't know whether I will have time because I'm in Asia, so I'm 12 hours behind. Sunday, I might, if I get a good viewership on the Saturday, I will definitely stream on Sunday as well. I've had a lot of people today watching both on Twitch and watching on YouTube, which I do appreciate. It's nice to see people coming in and chatting and sort of shooting the breeze about Alpha 19 and the game in general. I really like to do that. Do make sure you join me on my Discord, and if you don't know what my Discord is, type exclamation Discord or just check any of my videos. I have all my details there as well, and come and chat there as well. And we'll see what happens when Alpha 19 comes in 2 weeks. It's going to be really exciting. Hopefully there's no major game-breaking bugs so that we can actually get experimental on the 29th and so people can sort of get their hands on it and start playing it, start experiencing it. That's I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to. I've already told the wife that, hey, now that's going to be a busy weekend and everything. Hey, hilarious! Welcome. Want to be able to mark the map without making a point on my campus. So they're probably what I saw from the stream, and yeah, actually, this is a really good example actually, and I like that you mentioned that. If you look at my compass, this is terrible. I mean, this is terrible.
Absolutely terrible, brutal.
Can I?
Land claim blocks, everything shows up. Phantom bikes you no longer have.
Right, and if I do, but can I? If I? So the problem is that a lot of these things that I have, as soon as you've put it out there, it's basically just the compass looks horrible. And I put a lot of my deaths in, not all of them, but I put a lot of my deaths here, just for the fun of it. So every X here is the death. I started doing that, you know, people doing the Vanquish Vedui and everything, just so people can see where they are. I've forgotten a lot of them as well. I've had 140 deaths here because of the Vanquish Vedui stuff. But yeah, I agree. It makes the compass look really, really bad. What I wish they would allow you to do, they sort of have the functionality already that you can sort of show a track waypoint or not, but it doesn't do anything. So if you have a waypoint and you want to go like, well, I don't want to see it, you should be able to hide it. So that you only see it on map, but you don't see it on the compass, for instance, right? Or you could maybe even hide it on the map, because it really does clutter things up really, really significantly on the compass. Or have some settings you can say, fine, I only want to see waypoints that are within 100 blocks or something. I don't want to see waypoints that are 5,000 blocks away or 5,000 meters away, because it makes the compass looks, I mean, it's fairly unusable. Unfortunately, once you start getting a lot of stuff, which of course you will have. And here I see all the drops as well, and you'll see your vehicles, you'll see all the stuff. So yeah, it makes it look cluttered, and I hope that's one of the functionality they put in, so you can track or not track. I think there are, if I'm not mistaken, at least some of the things you can toggle on and off, I believe, but we'll see how that goes. It looked
Yeah, I'm actually going around picking up airdrops just to get them off my compass right at the moment. There's so many of them.
Yep.
That's the way it is for now.
And I don't mind some of the ones if they show when they're within a certain range, but it's like the whole map and everything is like, as long as you've discovered it during that session, it's going to be shown. And it's.
I have 10 land claim blocks, so anytime I get anywhere near my base, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Because every land claim block shows up as a wall on your compass.
Exactly right, and you should be able to hide them. Again, it's just this kind of map management, which needs a little bit of love as well. So yeah, that's a very good point, Hilarious. I do appreciate that. So I'm gonna wind down here. So let me see. For those of you who are on Twitch, is there any streamer you want me to do a raid? I'm opening my Twitch here as well. Any streamer that you think we should do a raid? I have a few streamer that I see us playing. Cage is there. He's a big streamer. I would love to do a small streamer. If anyone knows anyone that is doing 7 Days to Die, yeah, look for the game. Random, not so big streamer. I don't like to raid big streamers because they already have a lot of viewers. I like to raid people who have a little bit less. Just to sort of spread the love a little bit, give people a little bit of extra encouragement when they're playing. Down here is a list. There's a bunch out there that don't have a lot of viewers. You didn't get very far on my server clip. Always good to die. 8 days to die. Alright, let me choose one here on my list here. and there'll be people I have no idea. I don't know. We know whether they are good streamers or not, because these are people I haven't seen before. A lot of the other streamers I have, they are not not online, so. This one, let's do a raid for Vertigo Hunter. Oh, that's a modded though. That might be. So I do appreciate everyone coming by, and make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever, so you can join my next stream next week on the next Saturday, 11 p.m. Singapore time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, I think it is, maybe, whatever, Eastern Time, East Coast US, and 4 p.m. on Central European Time. So let me push people over on Twitch at least to raid. And I can remember what it was. And the rest of you have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful time, and spend some time with your family as well. Don't play too much games. No, I think sometimes we all get stuck playing a lot of games because it's fun. But spend some time with family as well, and keep safe, keep healthy. Go Hunter. Let's raid. Go Hunter. Thank you, Hilarious. See if that one. Alright. We're gonna go over to Vertigo Hunter. If you're on YouTube, sorry you're not joining in the raid, unfortunately. You can always go and join me on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/Vedui42 as well. Raid is coming in, and I'm gonna switch over, and thanks everyone. Catch you next time.